The story begins in a bustling school cafeteria, where students chat and laugh. A group of kids approach a table, only to find a boy already seated. They hesitate, whispering, "Oh, it's that boy again." The boy introduces himself as Nero, though everyone knows him as Dogar. "I've been transferred here, and that's why they've ostracized me," he thinks. Later, Nero takes medicine in the hallway when a boy suddenly kicks him, sending the medicine flying. The boy mocks, "What kind of medicine are you taking? Be careful, don't let your mom find out." He sneers, "But I forgot, you're an orphan." Enraged, Nero glares furiously. The boy's friends, children of police officers, laugh and jeer. "Look at him showing attitude, how dare he, but can he even harm us?" Another bully arrives, suggesting cruel treatment. "Why go easy on this sick child? If you want to treat him well, physically torture him." He begins kicking and slapping Nero. Nero thought to himself, "I don't care about their beating, but my body won't respond. The angrier I get, the more it shuts down. It's as if chains bind me, rendering me immobile. My heart racing with rage. I feel an unseen force holding me back. Just once, I want to unleash my fury. I want to make them pay." The bully sneered, "Don't close your eyes. Watch how I beat you." Just then, Luna, Nero's classmate, arrived. "Leave, I need to get water," she commanded the bully. Furious, Luna ordered the bullies to clear her path. The bully blushed and stammered, "Today's wonderful, meeting you. Sorry to intrude. You must be thirsty. Let me step aside." The other bullies retreated, whispering among themselves, "She's stunning." As they departed, Luna stood beside Nero. After a moment, Nero rose and left. Luna watched him go, then spotted his medicine, her expression shocked. On the terrace, Nero stood, contemplating suicide. "Bullies always torment me, and I'm powerless against them," he thought. "They're strong, and I'm weak." Gazing at children playing happily below, Nero felt a pang of longing for their carefree existence. Just then, his grandmother's message arrived. "Nero, what would you like for dinner?" The simple query flooded Nero's mind with memories of his grandmother's love and devotion. She had raised him with tenderness, cherishing him as her treasure. Her unwavering care had continued even as he grew older. These thoughts dispelled Nero's dark intentions. He decided to live. At that moment, his friend Yang appeared, concern etched on his face. "What are you doing here? It's not safe. Come down immediately." Nero explained that he was just admiring the view, but Yang persisted. "It's still hazardous. Are you okay? Please leave." Despite Yang's worries, Nero departed. As Nero left, his friend Yang seemed troubled. In the narrow classroom, Nero quietly fell asleep. Luna observed him intently. Meanwhile, some classmates viewed a disturbing photo on their phones, a monument with a terrifying monster visible through the window. They quickly turned off their devices and calmed down a frightened girl. Luna slipped out of the room unnoticed. The scene shifted to the same monument, where the monster emerged, growling, "Find the key, find the key." It vanished into the darkness. At home, Nero tended to his wounds, applying medicine. His grandmother's voice interrupted his thoughts. "Nero, are you in your room?" Nero hastily dressed, and his grandmother entered, asking, "What are you doing inside? Shall we go eat?" Nero fabricated a story. "I've already eaten with friends." However, his grandmother spotted medicine on the bed and understood the truth. "Next time, bring your friends home. I'll cook something special for all of you," she said, before leaving. As soon as she departed, Nero's facade crumbled, and overwhelming sadness consumed him. Nero's grandmother discovered shoe marks on his clothes while doing laundry, filling her with sorrow. The scene shifted to the monster, now approaching Nero's house. A delivery man sat in his car, radioing, "Is this the last delivery?" Suddenly, the monster loomed beside him, its voice chilling, "I need your skin." The scene cut to the next morning. Nero's grandmother cooked breakfast while Nero examined his burned face in the mirror. "My face was severely burned yesterday," he thought. "How can I show it to Grandma? She'll be devastated." Just then, his grandmother called out, "Nero, you'll be late for school. Come quickly, breakfast is getting cold." Nero emerged, hiding his face, and said, "I'm not hungry." As he headed for the shower, the doorbell rang. Peering through the peephole, Nero saw a delivery man and called out, "Doors open, come in." Meanwhile, Grandma wondered, We didn't order anything. What's this? As I showered, the delivery man transformed into a monstrous figure, his face twisting in menace. The monster possessed the delivery man's body and advanced on Grandma, who backed away in fear. Just as the monster extended its tentacles, Grandma unleashed her powers, binding it with a crimson thread, her face etched with red lines, reminiscent of Sukuna. She commanded, "I told you never to find him again." The monster struggled, snarling, "Unless I find that key, I'll destroy everything here." It rampaged, creating a ruckus that reached Nero's ears. Nero turned off the shower, wondering about the commotion. Meanwhile, Grandma muffled the monster's mouth, warning, "Don't make a sound." The atmosphere seemed calm again, so Nero resumed showering. Unbeknownst to him, Grandma battered the monster, harnessing her powers to create a protective spider web. Nero heard Grandma's voice and asked, "Grandma, what's that noise?" Grandma silenced the monster and reassured Nero, "It's just the TV. My hearing's troubled lately, so I turned up the volume. Nothing's amiss. Finish your shower." Nero returned to showering, thinking, "I thought Grandma fell again." Grandma let out a sigh of relief and resumed battling the monster. Her expression turned wicked, and the monster taunted, "How long will you hide? Sooner or later, you'll be ours." Grandma swiftly finished off the monster. Nero thought, after applying the ointment, "My face looks slightly better. The swelling has subsided, but I still can't show up like this." Grandma's wounds healed instantly, but the cut remained visible, revealing her apparent healing powers. She pondered, "I must relocate again. How can I break this to Nero?" Meanwhile, Nero thought, "I can't stay here anymore, but I dare not tell Grandma." At school, Nero lagged behind in the playground race, lost in thought. Grandma seemed troubled this morning. What's on her mind? Focus, or I'll come in last again. This playground seems vast. Nero collapsed, and the PT teacher rushed to his side. Nero's vision faded to black. He found himself in a dark, eerie realm, watching a man sink into the ocean's depths. Suddenly, Nero's eyes snapped open, and he was in a medical room, his head pounding. "I always have the same dream when I lose consciousness," Nero thought. Nero gazed out the window at the orange sky when his grandmother called. He wondered, did the PT teacher tell Grandma I fainted? He answered, shocked by her words, "Pack your bags, come home quickly." Nero thought, "We just moved here, and now we're leaving again? This has been happening since I was a child." Grandma explained, "I need to meet the real estate agent about our new home." Nero asked sorrowfully, "Are we running away again?" He reflected on their nomadic life. "We've constantly moved from one place to another, never settling. I've transferred schools repeatedly, struggling to connect with classmates due to my frail health." Every injury led to the PT teacher scolding them, fueling their resentment. They'd say, "He has no mom and lives with his grandmother." Whenever Nero tried to fit in, he'd hear, "That weird kid is always faking illnesses and transferring again." No one cared about his struggles. As he grew older, Nero realized his grandmother was hiding something. "She thinks monsters surround me," he thought. "How long can I keep them at bay?" In a desolate area, monsters emerged from underground. A cab driver sang happily while driving until a monster appeared on his window, cautioning, "Drive carefully, or you'll crash." Startled, the driver lost control and crashed, attracting more monsters. Meanwhile, a man fed his cat, saying, "I feed you well, yet you still rummage through trash." He apologized for his busy schedule, fearing others thought him neglectful. The cat spotted a lizard and fled in terror, scratching the man. "I feed you, yet you bite me and run," the man lamented, injured. As he departed, he noticed frantic dogs barking. Perplexed, he saw the cab driver exiting his wrecked car, opening the trunk. The scene ended with heightened suspense. Nero shifted his gaze and found himself sitting at the table, hearing dogs barking outside. "Grandma, why are the dogs barking so much?" he asked. His grandmother replied, "Have you eaten? You're running late for school, hurry up." Nero protested, "There's still plenty of time." But Grandma insisted, "I'm extremely busy today, leave for school now." Nero reminded her, "Yesterday, you said to eat well before school." Grandma ushered him out, saying, "Inform your teacher about the transfer, I'll handle it." As Nero stepped outside, the dogs fell silent, and Grandma's voice faded away. Uneasy, Nero noticed numerous delivery men approaching. Nero wondered, what are all these delivery men doing in our building? A dark feeling washed over him, and he blanked out momentarily. Unbeknownst to Nero, the delivery men were monsters in disguise. Grandma stood ready, prepared to defend her home with all her might. Nero glanced outside, noticing the van held no packages. What are these delivery men doing here? He thought. Have they come for me? A delivery man fell from his window, and Nero panicked. Guard uncle, look, a man is falling, he shouted. Rushing to report the incident, Nero hastened towards his house. The elevator wasn't working, so he took the stairs. Meanwhile, Grandma unleashed her full powers, slicing through monsters like vegetables. One by one, they disintegrated into ashes. Just then, a powerful vampire-like monster attacked Grandma. You think your powers will save you? The monster sneered. Our king and army will arrive soon. Grandma retorted. Will they come dressed for a festival? As she strangled the monster with a magical rope. The monster broke free, demanding, hand over the key, or we'll take it by force. Grandma bound him with stronger magical ropes and asked, who is your king? Meanwhile, Nero rushed home. Where's the key? The monster growled. I have no keys, Grandma replied. All doors are locked. As the monster continued demanding the key, Grandma tightened her grip. Nero reached home, but the door wouldn't budge. Grandma had magically sealed it. Grandma, are you okay? Nero shouted. Just then, the monster broke free and attacked Grandma. Blood dripped onto the floor. Nero pleaded with Grandma to open the gate from outside, unaware of her severe injuries. The monster sneered, resisting is futile, you'll only lose. Grandma weakly replied, what's the point of this? Leave us alone. The monster smirked, I recall you were a top-ranking officer, until you had a child. Is this the same child? Grandma's eyes blazed with fury. The monster gloated, your reaction confirms it, if the king discovers the child's existence. Enraged, Grandma slammed the monster's head against the gate. How will he find out? You'll die here, and who will tell him? With a fierce cry, Grandma crushed the monster's face. The scene shifted. A passerby searched around, thinking a child had played a prank. But amidst the empty streets, bloodstains on the ground told a darker story. Nero struggled to open the door, unaware of the monster's hand approaching him from behind. Inside, Grandma Sana swiftly erased all evidence of the monsters, thinking, we must leave immediately. Suddenly, Nero realized his mistake and saw that he was choking the monster. Trembling with fear, Nero cried out, Grandma, look! Grandma Sana intervened, release him, he's just an ordinary human. The monster refused, he's not just any human, he's crucial to our plans. Grandma Sana offered, let him go, and I'll give you what you came for. The monster sneered, Sana, I know you, hand over the key first. Enraged, Grandma Sana slashed the monster's face. If this continues, its condition will worsen, Grandma thought, her anger boiling over. She unleashed her full power, transforming before Nero's eyes. Nero was shocked, but the monster within him emerged, attacking Grandma with tentacles and severing her hand. Seizing the chance, Nero broke free, biting the monster with his teeth. The monster retaliated, injuring Nero and causing him to vomit blood. Grandma rushed to Nero's side, concern etched on her face. Are you okay? Just then, the monster struck again, piercing Grandma's stomach with its tentacles. Nero rushed to save his grandmother but was stabbed in the chest by the monster's second hand. He fell to the ground, helpless. The monster taunted, Sana, never turn your back on a desperate foe. A menacing aura enveloped the monster, and its surroundings turned crimson. What's happening? The monster asked, alarmed. Grandma Sana, fueled by rage, radiated ominous energy. Red threads sprouted from her hand, binding the monster. With a clenched fist, she obliterated the monster. Weakened, Sana collapsed to her knees, Nero's face before her. Narrating Nero's critical state, the scene flashed back to a perilous past. A blood-curdling cry echoed through the mountain, as if a river of blood had swept through. A woman screamed, Sana, take my child, leave now. Sana grasped Nero and leaped off the cliff, plunging into the sea below, seemingly lifeless. Nero, drifting in and out of consciousness, heard a familiar voice whispering, "Nero, don't die." Whose voice is this? Nero wondered, his mind foggy. The scene shifted to Nero's childhood. A classmate taunted, "Your mother's not here. You're an orphan." Nero's mother appeared, slapping the child. "Did grandma teach you this?" she asked. Nero protested, "He hit me first," but his mother didn't listen. "Stay away from that child," she warned, taking her own child away. Nero sobbed, longing for his grandmother. Back in the present, Grandma Sana cradled Nero in her lap. Red marks began to appear on his face, mirroring hers. Sana wept, overcome with emotion. Resolute, she whispered to herself, "I have no choice. I must return the key to Little Prince and send him to battle." With determination, Sana chanted a mantra, conjuring a fiery phenomenon. Grandma Sana whispered, "I'll use my remaining magic to revive Nero, but his life will be fraught with hardship. This is his destiny. I can't change it." With those words, she infused fire into Nero's body. The chains shattered, and his body levitated. As Sana touched Nero, he began to vanish, overcome with emotion. She said, "Farewell, Nero." The head Tartar's story ends here. Nero's eyes snapped open a month later. In a police station, exhausted officers commiserated about their long day. "One thing that really frustrates me is this kid," one officer said. Another officer approached Nero. "Hey kid, this is your usual spot, isn't it? You come daily. If you keep this up, we can't guarantee your grandmother will return." Nero replied firmly, "My grandmother didn't leave me." The police officer asked sternly, "I've filed a missing person report for your grandmother. What do you want? Why do you keep coming here?" Nero showed him the sketch. "This man did something to my grandmother." The officer's expression turned angry. "Do you think we're fools? We investigated and found no blood, no fingerprints. Lying is a crime, kid." Just then, a colleague intervened. "Hey, ease up. He's just a child, alone and without parents. His days are tough enough." Turning to Nero, the officer said gently, "Nero, go home now. It's getting late." Nero stood there, visibly upset, crumpling the drawing in anger. As he left, he thought, the security guard claimed he saw nothing that day. "I've searched everywhere, but there's no CCTV record. Everything I saw has vanished. It's as if nothing happened." Exhausted, Nero collapsed onto the sofa, replaying that day in his mind. "Delivery guys swarmed our building, and I rushed to save Grandma, but those monsters attacked, and I fainted. What happened next? Was it all a dream or reality?" One truth remained: his grandma was gone, leaving him alone. The scene shifted to Nero's school, where the principal assured, "I'll prevent rumors about you. You'll handle arrangements for a month, but attending school was your grandma's last wish." "Yash sir," responded, his expression thoughtful. Nero stepped out and found his friend Yong waiting. "Are you back?" Yong asked hesitantly. Nero nodded. But Nero suddenly felt uneasy and looked away. "What's wrong?" Yong asked. "Nothing," Nero replied. Nearby, kids whispered among themselves. Nero's grandma collapsed, but he's fine. Has he been training excessively? He's changed so much. Is he still the same Nero? As Nero ran laps around the field, he thought, "This track feels small now. I sense every detail, stones hitting my feet, others breathing. It's like being in the principal's office. I feel watched." Nero walked down the corridor, sensing someone following him. Is this the same person who's been tailing me? Could they be connected to Grandma's disappearance? He wondered. Few students knew about his situation, and he hoped no one suspected the truth. As he turned around, he found Luna behind him. "Need something from me?" she asked. "No, I mistook you for someone else," Nero replied. "Am I being too paranoid?" he thought to himself. Luna noticed his distraction. "Aren't you taking your medication anymore? You used to take it after meals." "I'm feeling better now," Nero assured her. Nero uttered those words, then realized he hadn't taken his medication since that fateful day. It had slipped his mind. Suddenly, Nero heard a faint noise, jumped out the window, and exclaimed, "I forgot something urgent. I'll leave now." Luna's face fell as Nero departed. The police arrived, asking, "Were you waiting for us?" Luna ignored them and walked away. Abel appeared, smiling. "No more medicine. What a relief." Meanwhile, Nero pondered, My body's changing rapidly. I feel it when I exercise, even in the hall. It's transforming daily. As he walked home, he spotted Luna working at the nearby convenience store. She works next door, Nero thought. I should say hello. But feeling slightly embarrassed, he opted to head straight home. On his way home, Nero spotted an elderly lady collecting cardboard and rushed to assist her. In her, he saw a fleeting resemblance to his grandmother. The lady smiled warmly. It's heartening to see kind youngsters like you. Nero, avoiding eye contact, suggested, if you add more boxes, it'll collapse. I need to bring my car around first, she replied. Nero offered, stay here, I'll get it for you. The lady thanked him, apologizing for the trouble. Group of bullies taunted Luna. Do you work here? We've had trouble buying cigarettes lately. We'll visit daily, boosting your sales. Give us 2 packs now. Luna requested their ID, prompting anger. Don't you know who we are? Luna stood firm. I recognize you, but I cannot sell to minors, especially in school uniforms, and certainly not in a local store. Please leave. The bully snarled. Your looks won't save you. We'll come daily to boost your sales. His companion intervened. Let's go. Sack wants that, and you don't want to cross him. The bully laughed. I've repeated the same class twice. I'm not exactly smart. He demanded. Give me 2 packs of cigarettes. Luna asked him to sign a document. What is it? The bully asked. Luna smirked. You really don't know? The bully hesitated, thinking aloud. I'm probably a sheep, zodiac-wise. Luna corrected him. Not even close. Just leave. Just then, they spotted the old lady again. Nearby, Nero searched for his cat. 2 bullies approached the lady, offering her money. Buy us cigarettes, they asked. The lady refused, annoyed. You're not exempt from smoking laws. One bully sneered, stepping on her cardboard. Old lady, you talk too much. Your age should know better. He tossed money at her, hitting her on the head. Damaged lungs will be mine. Mind your business. The lady retorted, today's youth are useless. Nero arrived, witnessing the scene, and his anger flared. He rushed to the lady's side, and she grasped his hand. The bullies mocked, are you some kind of hero? This emotional display is laughable. Why interfere? Loser, is she your grandmother? Nero's gaze fell on the battered cardboard, fueling his anger. The bully sneered, you can't hurt me like you used to, and grasped Nero's neck, dragging him away. Forgive me, the bully mocked, before releasing Nero. Nero thought, something's changed, I don't feel trapped anymore. Enraged, the bully beat Nero, saying, you're accustomed to daily beatings. But Nero's body surged with adrenaline, his expression transformed. Seizing the bully's legs, Nero squeezed hard. The bully screamed, begging for release. Nero held tight, unyielding. Just then, his friends stumbled upon the scene. Nero rushed towards the scene, revealing a blue mark on his face eerily reminiscent of his grandmother's red mark. The bully, aiding his friend, turned to Nero. What did you do to him? Noticing Nero's mark, he asked, what's with your face? But Nero suddenly sprinted away, ignoring the bully's commands to stop. Breathless, Nero thought, what's happening to me? I don't understand anything. In a nearby park, Nero sat, lost in thought. I recall that monster inserting its tentacles into my stomach, but when I woke up, there were no marks. Something changed that day. I felt strange ever since, like my body isn't mine, and this power isn't either. What's suddenly happening to me? Scene shifts to the classroom, where Nero sits quietly at his desk amidst murmuring students. Somehow, that bully ended up in the emergency room with severe injuries. A student whispers. No one knows if it was an accident or a fight. Nero's ears perk up, wondering if the rumor's true, given the bully's absence. The bully's friend notices Nero and grows suspicious. How did someone who relied on medicine to survive suddenly become so strong? He approaches Nero, accusation etched on his face. Are you kidding me? My friend's hospitalized because of you. What trick did you pull last night? Nero replied, forgive me, I'm still confused since last night. The friend retorted angrily, how can you say that after putting someone in the hospital? I should have spoken up. Another student interjected, are you defending him because of his past? Who are you to interfere? Are you his guardian? The student replied, no. Enraged, the first person warned, If you're not his guardian, leave quietly before I lose control. Nero stood up, and his aura shifted dramatically. Bully thought, was he always this powerful? Why did his eyes turn blue? These aren't human eyes. It seems he didn't use a trick last night. Something within him has changed. Nero's confrontation ended unexpectedly when his adversary left without a word. Young thought, I expected a fight, but he's walking away. That's for the best. Meanwhile, Nero's transformation was striking. His eyes gleamed with an otherworldly intensity. Elsewhere, a child walked his dog, apologizing for being late. Suddenly, the dog spotted Nero and charged towards him, growling aggressively. The child struggled to calm the dog, but it refused to settle. Nero revealed his transformed eyes, and the dog's demeanor shifted instantly. It became tranquil, gazing up at its owner. The child asked, bewildered, what happened? Did you see something? Nero retreated into an abandoned building. Seeking solitude, he gazed into the reflective water, then stepped outside for fresh air. Spotting an iron rod, Nero grasped it firmly, testing his strength. No, I shouldn't, he thought, hesitating. But, transfixed by the rod, Nero began pulling it out. Nero finally yanked out the entire iron rod, hoisting it single-handedly. What's happening to me? How am I doing this? He exclaimed. This concludes the episode. If you've watched until the end, you know how captivating this series is. Now we see the bully, whom Nero had taken to the hospital, returning to school with plaster casts on his legs. The children in the class start discussing among themselves. Was the rumor true? Did he actually get into a fight? Was he beaten up by Gusong? Ignoring the conversations, the bully sits down next to his friend, who asks, are you okay? Can you walk now? Did you kick a wall that day? The bully remains silent, instead looking towards Nero's desk. His friend becomes angry and shouts, hey, have you gone deaf? The bully responds, speak softly, Nero might hear. He then starts taking out books to study, leaving his friend shocked and wondering, what's going on? In the cafeteria, two kids enjoy their food when Gusong, the blonde-haired bully, arrives. You have a lot of chicken, why don't I take some? He says, prompting them to fearfully hand it over. Gusong notices Luna and says, I thought you liked chicken, so I brought some for you. You can gain some weight, you look too thin, but you're very beautiful. Luna ignores him and walks away to sit next to Nero, asking, can I sit here? The students start whispering among themselves, wondering when Nero and Luna became close, if they're dating, and if Luna rejected Gusong. Luna gives Nero food, telling him to eat slowly. Meanwhile, Gusong watches them, growing increasingly jealous, surrounded by darkness. Next, we see Gusong beating up the same bully. Are you sure it was Nero who broke your leg? Gusong asks. The boy's friend confirms. Yes, I saw it. Nero's eyes changed suddenly, and he broke his leg in an instant. Enraged, Gusong says, you're still in this school? Everyone knows you lost to a loser. The boy defends himself, but it's not like that, if you understood Nero. Before he finishes, Gusong punches the wall and warns, has your brain also broken? Luna arrives, observing the scene, and comments, how childish. Gusong changes tone, speaking sweetly to Luna. What brings you here, Luna? Luna replies, you used to bully Nero when he was weak, but now he's strong. Are you scared of him? Be honest, have you backed off because you're afraid? Gusong laughs. Luna, your jokes are funny. Nero's just trying to act tough. Luna challenges, why don't you show him his place? Remind him who rules this school. Gusong says, Luna, don't you know me? Luna moves closer to him and says, you're scared, aren't you? I understand this perfectly. Enraged, Gusong says, I'll show that dog his place, just watch. Next, Nero receives a mysterious message, meet at the back gate at 6 p.m. They're going to bully you today. Nero asks, who are you? But receives no response. Then, his friend Young messages him, I heard you're fighting Gusong at 6 p.m. today. Is it true? The news spreads rapidly throughout the school, and everyone is excited to see the fight. Some even skip tuition classes to watch. Some think Nero has gone crazy. Meanwhile, Nero is worried when he receives another message from the unknown person. Nothing will be resolved until you fight him. At 6 p.m., Nero arrives at the gate, where Gusong is stretching. I didn't think you'd show up, Gusong says. Now, I'll show you my skills. Many students gather to watch their fight. Gusang approaches Nero and says, "You know, I was so bored when you weren't coming to school. You're the only one I can bully." Nero thinks to himself, "Until I fight him, this won't end. I need to finish this here and now." The surrounding students comment. The weight difference between them is huge. Is Nero trying to act cool? Shouldn't we stop them? Something terrible could happen here. Gusang says, "I'm fighting you, but I feel it's unfair. I admit it. Come on, Nero, hit me first. I'm right here." You've heard the saying, whoever hits first wins. You must be angry after being bullied your whole life. Hit me first. As soon as Gusang says this, Nero punches him with such force that Gusang's face shakes, and he falls to the ground. Everyone is shocked. Nero continues to beat Gusang, punching him into the air. The students watch in awe, their mouths hanging open. Then, Nero approaches Gusang and says, "Get up quickly, I haven't even started yet." Next, we see the students' reactions. Those who witnessed the fight were terrified. Now, we see Nero, whose hands are covered in blood, relentlessly beating Gusang. Gusang pleads for him to stop. Nero approaches, saying, "I won't spare your life." We see Gusang's nose turning blue from the beating. Meanwhile, Luna watches from the rooftop, saying, "So, it's you." Next, we see someone sneaking into Nero's house. Then, Nero's friend approaches him, returning his forgotten bag and asking, "Are you okay? You seem completely different, as if you've changed entirely." The scene shifts to Nero walking home, wondering, "Have I really changed? I'm no longer the loser dog or the ordinary student I once was. I don't regret it, but I don't feel good either. Everything changed after my grandmother passed away. It seems I've accepted she's no longer in this world." Nero enters the house, turns on the lights, and drinks water. We look up at Nero's head, where a monster is hiding. Nero notices his plants drying out and inspects them closely. The monster seizes the opportunity to attack, but Nero swiftly defends himself by hitting the monster with a flower pot. It seems Nero had anticipated the monster's presence. He thinks to himself. Nero asks the monster, "I sense it, but is it one of those creatures? Who are you?" The monster attacks Nero, who defends himself, breaking the monster's hands. "You're not human," the monster exclaims before jumping out the window and fleeing. Thinking, he's not human, but smells like one, the monster escapes. Nero jumps after him, landing a solid kick that sends the monster crashing into bushes. Upon approaching, Nero sees only blood. The monster was fast, but couldn't hide its scent, Nero thinks. The injured monster thinks, "What's wrong with that kid? My hand is broken. I can't fight now. I need to heal quickly and report this, but how did he find me?" Nero appears, saying, "I've found you." The monster throws a wooden plank at Nero, who effortlessly shatters it. The monster flees, with Nero in pursuit. Nero uses an umbrella to stop the monster, piercing its body. Approaching, Nero asks, "Who are you and why are you here?" The monster replies, "I've come for Sana." Nero recalls his grandmother's name was Sana, and the monster's words stir memories. Nero realizes the monster is talking about his grandmother. The monster continues, "We searched for Sana together, but none returned." Enraged, Nero demands, "What happened to my grandmother?" The monster asks, "Is General Headguard your grandmother?" Then, wincing in pain, it says, "I already told you." Nero presses, "Why are you all after my grandmother?" The monster explains, "Your grandmother took a key. The king wants it. We're searching for her. That's why they keep sending us to find Sana." Nero asks, "Where are your fellow monsters?" The monster replies, "On the other side of the diamond portal, but you're also a diamond." Nero mocks, "Do you think I'm a monster like you?" The monster retorts, "Fool, look at yourself. Do you think you're human?" Nero notices his reflection, revealing a blue mark on his face. He wonders, "What is this?" The monster escapes, leaving Nero puzzled. Next, we see a drunk man returning from his office, cursing his boss. The monster appears before him, but the drunkard mistakes it for a co-worker. The monster hides in a gutter. The man flees in fear. Meanwhile, Nero runs through the rain, slips, and falls. A lady helps him up, saying, "Be careful." Her son whispers, "Mom, look at his face. It's weird." Nero sees his reflection in a puddle, covers his mouth, and quickly escapes. A narrator explains. Since Earth's beginning, humans and monsters have been at war. The world is divided, and their territories have expanded. Countless victims' blood has been shed. But suddenly, the human passage door closed after the Great War. Humans became legends over time. Is this myth or truth? Uncertain. Yet, no matter how long wars last, cracks eventually appear in the boundaries. Formerly sealed entrances have become holes. A man narrates these events. The scene shifts to Nero, who rushes to the police station and asks, "Is this true?" Officers show him a video recording of his grandmother. Nero confirms, "This is my grandmother." An officer inquires, "Was she ill?" This market is known for medical supplies. Nero looks shocked, then requests the address. The officer explains, 2 months have passed, you won't find anything. Nero disagrees and leaves. Nero arrives at the vast market and thinks, where do I start? Finding that pharmacy will help. I've been taking this medicine for a long time. Why do I take it? I need to think carefully. He recalls the medicine smell and locates the pharmacy. The owner asks, who needs the medicine? Nero replies, for Sana. The owner says, wait, and disappears inside. Nero senses something amiss and enters the pharmacy, finding the owner fleeing. Nero pursues, jumping over a wall to confront him. The owner thinks, this guy is fast, and prepares to kick Nero. But Nero reveals, she was my grandmother. The owner halts, asking, what did you just say? Nero repeats, she was my grandmother. The owner explains that Sana bought medicine for Nero, a stress-reducing agent that controls demonic powers. This allowed you to live a normal human life, he adds. The monster sensed humans sent from you because of this medicine, the owner continues. There are demons like you, Nero, with weakened powers. You must take this medicine to survive in the human world. Nero learns the truth about his heritage and the reason for his unusual abilities. Nero asks, does this medicine prevent me from becoming a monster? The owner replies, what do you think? Why can we speak the human language? It seems you were raised as a human, unaware of being a demon. Nero wonders, did Sana track the gap and hide the truth about this child? Who is this child? Nero requests, tell me about my grandmother. The owner begins. Sana was the greatest warrior in the demon kingdom, a general guard close to the queen. One day, king's brother, Khan, trained an army and attacked the palace. It was the most terrifying day. Viking tried to save them, but everything burned to ashes. The king and queen were killed. Khan sacrificed thousands to achieve this. Survivors of that war came to our world, where humans live. After arriving here, Sana found me, and we went into hiding. Khan sought to eliminate all surviving Demon Kingdom individuals, including you. Nero realizes, that's why you fled when you saw me. The old man explains, as a demon hunter, I knew Khan's forces sought Sana. She possessed something hidden, frequently changing locations. Yet, she consistently came to me for medicine. I grew concerned when she stopped coming, as her supply must have run out. The old man asks Nero, did something happen to her? Nero's eyes well up with tears. The old man warns, they won't stop coming until they find what they seek. Now that your grandmother is gone, they'll target you. Nero reflects on his isolated past, having no friends or companions. He says, I'm ready, I won't run. I wanted to end my life, but now that same reason keeps me alive. Whether I'm demon or human, I don't care. My assassin is dead. I won't hide like before. A narration begins. The dimensional gap links the human world. We see King Khan, enraged, asking, how many soldiers have I sent there? His aide replies, thousands of monsters, but none returned. I thought they'd capture Sana, but unfortunately, they perished. That's why it's called the entrance of death. Khan declares, I'll reopen the entrance. Do humans think they can face us? I'll destroy their world without a scratch on my body. His aide warns, Your Majesty, reconsider. The human world is vast and unpredictable. Our forces may not. Khan interrupts. Silence. I'll demonstrate my power. Prepare the army. Leaving them alive serves no purpose. Sana must have given the key to the former king's son, whom we previously tried to kill. Khan orders. That child is an opportunity for us. Send people to find him. He'll lead us to the key. The portal. once closed, is now open. Remind them of cold fire, the one who never dies. The scene shifts to Nero, packing his grandmother's belongings. He remembers a forgotten photo frame, and upon seeing it, he smiles, thinking, I don't care who she was or where she came from. To me, she'll always be the grandmother who raised me with love. Nero's emotional moment is interrupted by a knock at the door. He senses something ominous, foreshadowing the conflict to come. The scene shifts to school, where Nero hesitates before class, thinking, looks like the fight between me and Sank has spread throughout school. Hope no weird rumors have started. Upon entering, classmates greet him warmly, leaving Nero perplexed. A friend explains, everyone feared Sank, but now, thanks to you, they don't have to face him. Let's grab snacks after class. Luna arrives, saying, Nero, meet me after school. Nero asks, why? His friend intervenes, don't worry, he'll come. Nero asks his friend, why are you answering for me? His friend clarifies, I knew this day would come. You two were spotted together in the cafeteria. Congratulations, you're now a normal kid. The scene shifts to Sank, hinting at impending conflict. Sank, enraged, says, those kids must have spread the rumor about me getting beaten. How dare that dog gain the courage to hit me? A dog can always be beaten, but now it's learned to bite back. Sank storms off, confronts Nero's friend, and demands, from now on, you'll be my dog. When his friend refuses, Sank slaps him, asking, are you undermining me? Do you think a weakling like you can harm me? Sank brutally beats his friend, but the latter fights back, infuriating Sank further. Anger burns in Sank's eyes. Nero thought in class, looking at his friend's desk, he just went to the washroom, but hasn't returned yet. Where is he? He's not the kind of student to skip class. I'm getting a weird feeling. What if something bad happened to him? As soon as he opens the gate, he sees his friend, who looks terrible. His friend says, I'm fine, don't worry about me. In the nurse's office, his friend says, I realized after the fight, I'm not that great. I punched him a lot. He must be in pain. Nero says sadly, you don't deserve this. His friend asks, do you deserve it? Is that why they hit you? They're terrible people. Nero angrily asks, where are they? His friend stops him, saying, I'm fine. Nero warns, they won't stop. They've just started bullying you. They won't stop. They've just started bullying him. Nero says. His friend responds, you've changed a lot, but thanks to you, I won't suffer in real life. I want to change like you. I won't let them make me a punching bag or bully me. Don't worry about me. This is just the beginning. Seeing his friend smile, Nero feels he's genuine. The scene shifts to Nero packing his backpack. Luna asks, where are you going? We had a deal. Remember? Nero explains, I have some important work to do. Standing nearby, Sang says, Nero, are you coming with us? The scene shifts to kids noticing people wearing raincoats. The bullies tell Nero to follow them. Nero agrees but warns, leave Young alone after this, or you'll face consequences. He walks away. Just then, a bully attacks Nero, who gets frightened. Meanwhile, the raincoat-clad figures roam around the school. We see they have monster-like teeth and start sniffing a student. A child accidentally bumps into them and, startled, tells them to leave. Nero, dodging the attack, jumps long, shocking everyone. As Nero lands, he punches the bully, sending him to the ground. The bullies charge at Nero together, but he takes them down one by one. Sang watches in disbelief. Nero calls out to Sang, who thinks to himself, how did this happen? Sang breaks a bottle and charges towards Nero. Meanwhile, the raincoat figures reveal their true monstrous forms, causing chaos as children flee in terror. Young hears a noise and tries to alert the teacher, but gets no response. He turns to see a menacing monster behind him, its hand reaching out. Nero sees children running, screaming monster, monster, and is shocked. He rushes outside, thinking, this can't be happening. They've followed me to school, Nero thinks. Sang attacks Nero with a broken bottle, but Nero subdues him outside the gate. Open the gate, Sang yells. Stay quiet if you don't want to die, Nero warns. Enraged, Sang vows to kill Nero. Noticing the window, Sang escapes. Meanwhile, teachers rush outside upon hearing the commotion and are shocked to see monsters attacking students. Frozen in disbelief, they're pushed into the teacher's office by a monster. The monster reveals its terrifying form. Luna overhears students discussing monsters and flees, seemingly aware of the situation. They've arrived sooner than I thought, but I must find him first, she thinks. A monster blocks Luna's path, but she uses a thread to entangle and strangle it. A monster nearly kills a child when Nero presses a button, distracting the monster. Nero leads it away from the child, searching for a secluded spot. Sang attacks Nero, but he dodges, and the monster grabs Sang. What is this? Is this a monster? Nero asks. Don't escape, or I'll kill this child, the monster warns. Sang pleads, why are you staring? Help me instead. Should I help you? Nero asks, startling Sang, who begs for help, tearfully promising, from now on, I'll obey you, just save my life. The monster scars Sang's face, and he notices Nero has vanished, intensifying his fear. Nero reappears, fighting the monster. Blue marks reappear on Nero's face as he defeats the monster. Sang is shocked, asking, Nero, are you really human? Before Nero responds, another monster collapses nearby. The two wonder, who fought this one? Upon investigating outside, they find Luna battling multiple monsters. Nero is shocked, then Sang approaches Luna, asking, Luna, are you okay? Luna kicks Sang's face, telling Nero, I'm handling the monsters here, leave now. What do you mean? Nero asks. If you leave, the monsters will follow you, Luna explains. You know they're harming students here, right? Take responsibility. Nero is shocked, asking, how do you know all this? Before Luna responds, multiple monsters arrive. Luna urges Nero to flee. He breaks a window and escapes, thinking ahead. Why isn't anyone following me? Has the plan failed? Nero thinks. Suddenly, multiple monsters appear. Nero spots a basketball hoop with a ball and uses it to trap the monsters. They seem brainless, only focused on killing me. I underestimated their strength. The earlier ones were weaker. Just then, Luna uses wires to pull and kill the trapped monsters. Nero asks, how did you handle these two? Who are you? Luna urges Nero to focus on the fight instead of unnecessary questions. More monsters arrive, increasing in number. Some monsters team up and attack Nero and Luna. The monsters' attack leaves marks on the ground. Luna and Nero hide behind curtains. How will we deal with them? Nero asks. I don't know, they've combined, making them harder to defeat. Luna replies. Luna steps forward, saying, Hey, fat one, how'll you find us amidst all this noise? The monster charges towards her. Luna drops curtains on it, trapping it. She calls out to Nero, who jumps down from the wall. He breaks steel rods, and blue marks reappear on his face. Nero vows, today's your last day. A formidable monster appears, carrying Nero's friend away with an evil smile. The giant monster, which looked terrifying, is defeated by Nero and Luna. Nero thinks, like before, they turned to ashes and vanished. Did my grandmother suffer the same fate? Luna urges, we must leave immediately and reach a safe place. Nero hears his friend's voice and sees his dire condition. Are you hurt? Nero asks. Luna warns, don't go near, something's off. Nero approaches his friend despite Luna's caution. Luna says, look at his feet, his shadow is enormous, doesn't it seem strange? The friend whispers in Nero's ear, run. The menacing monster from behind attacks Nero. Luna screams as Nero and his friend fall to the ground, blood gushing from Nero's mouth. His friend apologizes before his eyes close, reminding Nero of his grandmother. In flashbacks, Nero's grandmother pleaded with the monster, let Nero go, and I'll give you the key. The monster attacked her stomach. In the present, Luna rushes to Nero's side. Nero recalls happier memories, his grandmother lovingly celebrating his birthday. He wishes to spend more time with her and blows out the candles. Back in the present, Luna tries to revive Nero. Nero stands up, but can't see anything. He recalls recent events and calls out to his grandmother. Grandma, I can't see. Grandma, I can't see. A cake appears before him, and he sees his grandmother lying lifeless on the table. Grandma, are you okay? Nero asks, grasping her hand, which begins to vanish. With her last breath, his grandmother repeats, Nero, save the entrance. Nero, save the entrance. Nero pleads, "Grandma, don't leave me," but she disappears. Enraged, Nero asks himself, "Who am I?" Candles ignite with blue flames, and his body activates with powers. Blue light envelopes everything, and Nero's eyes turn completely blue. The monster thinks, "Blue fire?" He's unconscious, but where did he get such strength? He was completely different earlier. Nero slowly approaches, surrounding the monster with blue flames. The monster is stunned and suddenly freezes. Nero collapses, unconscious. Luna rushes to his side. When Nero awakens, he finds bandages on his body and realizes he's in an unfamiliar place. Exploring the house, Nero thinks, "This seems like someone's home, but it's not normal. Every window is unusually strong, and the door is larger than usual. Security seems to be a top priority. I'll explore this house carefully, hopefully, it's not wrong." Nero opens the gate and is shocked at what he sees. Nero enters a room filled with weapons, looking ominous. He hears music, becomes alert, and cautiously approaches the sound with an axe. As he attacks, he sees Luna, freezes, and they both scream. Nero stares at a painting, lost in thought. Luna approaches, saying, "I thought you were sleeping." Nero wonders, "Who is she?" Luna continues, "I thought you died. Your survival is surprising." Nero reveals, "I don't remember anything." Luna responds, "That's good. Those memories weren't pleasant." Luna says, "This is good news. Those memories weren't pleasant anyway." Nero thanks Luna for saving his life, speaking shyly. Luna smiles, "You're flattering your savior. I accept your thanks." Nero asks, "What about my friend?" Luna reassures, "I expected you'd ask. Your friend is safe and receiving treatment. Don't worry." Nero sat beside Luna, saying, "This is great news. Knowing this gives me new life." Luna thought, "Is he crying?" and suggested, "Let's eat first. After all, it's not my fault I haven't eaten since yesterday." Nero got up to leave, prompting Luna to ask, "Where are you going?" "I'm going home," Nero replied. "I can't stay with someone I don't know." Luna asserted, "You can't leave." Nero warned, "If I stay, you'll be in danger too." Luna countered, "Your physical condition is poor. If you want to leave, you'll have to knock me out first." Nero attempted to punch Luna, but she dodged, grabbed his hand, and pinned him to the ground. "Did you think you could defeat me in your condition?" Luna asked. Nero responded, "I had only one family, my grandmother, but she's gone now. After she left, I gained this strange strength that I don't understand. Because of me, monsters attacked my school, injuring many students." Luna replied, "I'm your guardian, here to protect you." Nero acknowledged, "My guardian." Luna continued, "I know it's hard to believe, but you must stay strong for now. That's your top priority. You're my first guest, and I've taken the time to cook for you." Nero noticed, "Is something burning?" Luna rushed to the kitchen, where her stew had burnt completely. "Would you still like to eat this?" Luna asked. Nero declined. Luna teasingly said, "Fine, starve then. I cooked especially for you. When you fainted, I brought you here, thinking you'd enjoy my cooking, but during our argument, my stew burned. Whose fault is that?" Nero asked, "Do you have any ingredients left?" Surprisingly, Nero skillfully cooked a delicious meal in no time. Luna asked, "How do you know cooking?" Nero replied, "My grandmother taught me." Luna inquired, "Were you close to your grandmother?" Nero nodded. Luna asked, "What was your grandmother like?" A news report appeared on screen. Breaking news, monsters attack high school. Some believe the incident was staged, while others think it's an alien invasion. Children watching the video gasped as it suddenly disappeared. A secret meeting convened, where a man reported, "We deleted the video immediately, but eyewitnesses have already seen it. We must contain this story." Another man added, "We've identified a child with apparent powers in multiple videos." "Who is this child?" someone asked. "He's a student from the affected school, currently under protection at a secure location," came the reply. The meeting head instructed, "I need to meet this child immediately." Nero shares with Luna, "My grandmother was kind, but when she scolded me, she seemed terrifying. Despite my complaints, she never blamed me for my mistakes." Luna interrupts, "You're safe here." Nero responds, "I'm relieved. But I have important work to do. Luna asks, aren't you curious about their identities? Nero asks, shocked, Luna, did you know about the dream monsters too? Luna says, follow me, and leads him out, where a bodyguard awaits. Luna instructs the bodyguard, I'll take him to where all his questions will be answered, and he'll learn how much strength he needs to fight those monsters. Nero looks stunned. Luna takes Nero to a large building and explains, this is TGDCAM, the Great Defense Command Against Monsters, a hidden organization protecting power users like us and teaching us to fight monsters. As they enter, Nero asks, did you know about my powers? Surprised by the building's grandeur, Nero wonders, is this really a hidden organization? Luna responds, must an organization be hidden? Nero observes, this building seems ordinary. Luna teases, if you walk so slowly, I'll leave you behind. Nero asks, do you call those creatures monsters? Luna responds, yes, we've fought them for years, and monsters is the best name we have. As they approach the elevator, a girl exits, wearing the same uniform as Nero. He thinks, this is my school's uniform. The three enter the elevator, and Luna presses the up button. Nero asks, surprised, aren't we going down? Luna laughs. The girl gazes intensely at Nero, leaving him stunned. The elevator stops at the 15th floor, revealing a lab with chemicals and people training. Luna says, Aaron, it's been a while, why don't you introduce yourselves? They enter a room filled with cameras, and their head observes them. Aaron pulls out a weapon from her guitar case, loading it and aiming at Nero. Luna intervenes, shocked, Aaron, what are you doing? Aaron responds, you know the rule, never lower your guard around weapons. Nero thinks, this is serious. Luna exclaims to their head, sir, what's going on? This wasn't the plan. Aaron retorts, this is your mistake, don't blame me, and fires the weapon at Nero. As the girl fires at Nero, he dodges the attack with incredible speed, leaving everyone in awe. Wow, his speed is incredible, they exclaim. The girl continues firing, but Nero effortlessly dodges each bullet and approaches her. He kicks the gun out of her hand, causing her to fall. Nero takes advantage of the opening and escapes, leaving the girl behind. Suddenly, two blades emerge from the smoke, but Nero dodges them with ease. Aaron had launched the attack using her weapon. Nero thinks to himself, should I engage her? No, if I attack, my powers will surge, and the girl might get hurt. Instead, Nero continues dodging Aaron's relentless attacks. The onlookers wonder, his defense is impressive, but why isn't he counterattacking? Aaron presses on, her blades narrowly missing Nero. Just as she's about to land a hit, the blades fall, and Nero collapses. Perplexed, he thinks, what just happened? It turns out Luna intervened, stopping Aaron's attack. Luna reprimands Aaron, I told you, that's enough, do you think I'm here to watch? Aaron departs, leaving Nero and Luna to report to headquarters. Their boss asks Nero, you didn't attack, are you hiding your strength? Nero remains silent. Luna angrily interrupts, boss, this has gone too far, it wasn't part of the plan. The old man responds calmly, I was just assessing Nero's skills to gauge his power. Nero explains, I only reacted to her attack, I didn't want to hurt Aaron. The old man warns, you're underestimating Aaron, monsters will also target you, as they hunt individuals with powers. Nero acknowledges, I know. The old man continues, monsters seek to invade our dimension, eliminating powerful users like you, who pose obstacles to their plans. Luna tries to intervene, but the old man stops her. To defeat these monsters, you'll require training and advanced weaponry, which we can provide. But first, prove yourself, he says. A message appears on the TV, and the old man exits, concluding the meeting. Nero asks, do we have to obey those monsters? The old man replies firmly, we've been fighting them for years, we must unite to eliminate them. The scene fades to black. As Nero and Luna walk away, Nero notices Luna's somber expression since the fight. Nero spots Aaron standing outside the elevator and learns she's a 19-year-old agent. Luna reveals she's also an agent, brought to the company as a child due to her early power development. Nero compares Aaron to Luna, but Luna warns, don't underestimate Aaron. She may look cute, but she's a devil behind that face. Nero recalls finding empty weapon racks in a room in Luna's anger. Luna reminds Nero of Aaron's attack and Nero's doubts. Doctors rush a mysterious patient, and Nero thinks, "Who is this? I've seen them before." The scene cuts off. In another dimension, General Commander Shin trains intensely, showcasing exceptional sword skills that can cut through mountains with a single strike. The king appears, concerned about monsters invading their realm. Shin reassures the king, "We'll protect our realm." The scene ends. King's General Commander Shin reports to the king, "No monsters have returned." Shin reassures the king, "We have sufficient soldiers, our time will come." The king responds urgently, "We don't have time, the entrance will open someday." The scene shifts to the medicine market, where Grandpa prepares medicine. Nero arrives, sharing that he's relocated his home. Grandpa understands Nero's concern about controlling his powers. Nero seeks guidance on strengthening his powers without revealing his dark self. Grandpa advises Nero to focus on his inner energy and chakras through intense practice. Nero agrees to follow Grandpa's instructions. The scene cuts to a school, where students discuss the gym's reconstruction. A student mentions the devastating accident and the government's secrecy. Students discuss the government's alleged cover-up of a devastating accident. Nero prepares to go out, and Luna asks, "Where are you headed?" Nero reassures Luna, "I'm fine, just need some fresh air." Luna expresses concern about Nero's frequent nighttime outings. The scene shifts to Nero meeting Grandpa at a warehouse. Grandpa reveals a secret training area within the warehouse, impressing Nero. Grandpa activates a wall with his powers and says, "Let's test your strength." They engage in an intense staff fight. Grandpa assesses Nero's skills. Nero defends against Grandpa's attacks, showcasing his significant growth. Nero easily dodges Grandpa's attacks, and the staff stretches and transforms into a spear. Grandpa continues attacking, telling Nero to stop dodging and counterattack. Nero refuses, dodging effortlessly. Grandpa thinks, "He won't attack until I anger him." Grandpa intensifies his attacks, cornering Nero. He provokes Nero, mentioning Sinai's sacrifice. Nero's inner power awakens, and he grabs Grandpa's staff. Nero declares, "I must become strong to avenge my grandmother's death." Grandpa recognizes Nero's cold breath and markings. He wonders if Nero is the child Sinai brought. The scene cuts off. Narration resumes, describing the human world and monster realm. There's a gap between the demon world and human world. Humans discovered this gap and entered the demon world, but their mortal bodies couldn't withstand its forces. Many died, and their plan failed. Then, Demon King Khan arrived, saved a surviving lady, and fell in love with her. They had a child, a new creature, half human, half demon. The scene shifts to the present, where Grandpa is shocked. He realizes Nero is King Khan's son and Sinai's child. Grandpa controls Nero's explosive power. Nero's body releases blue rays as Grandpa focuses his energy. Nero screams in agony. Grandpa says, "I've controlled your powers for now, but it's up to you to seal or harness them." Grandpa advises, "Control your body's power. It's immense." Nero must overcome and harness his power. In the training cave, Grandpa explains that overcoming power requires special training, enduring pain. A challenging entity will appear, attacking Nero, but it's not real. Nero must fight it. As Grandpa opens the bottle, smoke emerges, making Nero struggle to breathe. Nero focuses on his power, sensing an attacker. A blue punch hits Nero, feeling like his body will explode. Nero gets up, seeing a massive blue aura, his body's embodiment. Thinking, "How do I fight this? I need to increase my speed." Nero charges forward, but the aura quickly follows. Nero thinks, "Is there another one? This one's too fast, I couldn't even see it." Nero gets knocked out, then wakes up determined. "I'm not the same helpless Nero. I'll fight, no matter the power." Nero's body powers up, and he fights the blue aura. Grandpa worries, his power's too much, he'll harm himself. The door activates. Grandpa realizes, "I must stop him." Nero loses, but the blue aura revives him. Nero wakes, and Grandpa says, "You're awake, your power went out of control." Nero vows, "I won't give up, I'll control this power." Grandpa admits, "It's my fault." The scene shifts to another dimension, where the king has a visitor. A man reports to the king, "Our demon area in the north is shrinking, and food is scarce." They ask when the portal will open, and they can enter the human world. The king, annoyed, calls for Shan. The man warns, "I don't believe Shan's words." The king thinks, "I must stop our world's darkest star, otherwise, my position is at risk." The man finds Shan, who ignores him initially. Shan says, "I know everything. My ears are everywhere. You don't trust me." The man fears, and Shan reveals his dark past, warning, "Don't mess with me, or you'll face my sword." Shan leaves, and the scene shifts to Nero and Luna washing dishes. Luna asks Nero, "Where do you go every night?" Nero replies, "Just for fresh air." Luna, annoyed, says, "Don't hide things from me." Nero asks, "What relationship?" Luna looks shocked. The scene cuts to Nero and Grandpa practicing in the cave. Nero fights the blue aura again, impressing Grandpa. Grandpa thinks, he's the king's son, who ruled the world. Nero discovers his powers: speed, strength, fire, ice, and dying flame. Nero enters full power mode, ready to fight. Nero realizes he must gain full control. He thinks ahead, recognizing this as the strongest momentum. "I need to defeat him first." Nero quickly punches Momentum, but it has no effect. Momentum touches Nero's face and says, "I've found you," before knocking him away. Nero thinks, there must be a way to defeat him. "I need to find it quickly. If I let my guard down for a second, I'm done." Just then, the statue attacks Nero, making him realize they're all working together to kill him. This attack seems like a test, but something feels off. Grandpa watches from above, thinking, Momentum has completely changed and is dominating the fight. Momentum attacks Nero, who uses the earth to defend himself and counterattacks. Momentum blocks Nero's attack, but Nero lands a decisive blow, breaking Momentum's crown. His powers begin to return. Finally, Nero's powers are fully restored. "Now I understand Grandpa's words." Nero punches the ground, declaring, "This is my true power." The embodied men shatter, and their power merges with Nero. Grandpa is shocked. The scene shifts to the next day at headquarters, where training begins. Their objective is to reach the 10th floor. Their goals are: 1. Find the shortest route. 2. Avoid murder and property damage. 3. Complete within an hour. Luna focuses on beating Aaron. As the race starts, Luna makes a long jump, quickly reaching the top of the building. "I'll win," Luna tells Aaron. Aaron jumps ahead of Luna. As the girl struggles to advance, another girl pulls out a gun. An announcement interrupts, stating that agents cannot use weapons during training. The girl, upset, sits on the ground and cries. Meanwhile, Luna urges Aaron to move forward, suggesting they use the building for support. Aaron responds, "How embarrassing that you need support." Their game is being monitored by a leader, GUK, who comments, "These girls are talented and motivated to eliminate each other." GUK inquires about a child brought in earlier. Dr. Sol, a researcher, leads him to see something. Training alone won't suffice. GUK says, "We need a larger budget for advanced weapons. Monster threats require high-power solutions, but we must prioritize close-quarters training to avoid harming civilians." GUK notices Nero's friend and asks if it's the child from the school gym. Dr. Sol explains that the child, initially declared dead, showed life activity during cleanup and was brought here for treatment. The leader is shocked, asking if the child is now fully alive and if they've regained consciousness. Dr. Sol replies that waking him might work. GUK suggests careful care, hoping the child might bring good news in the future. Nero's friend's fingers move, indicating signs of life. The scene shifts to Nero sneaking out at night for training. Grandpa observes, thinking, "Last night, I saw exceptional powers in this child, and they've controlled them. Should I test him?" Grandpa throws spinners like Nero, which chase him. Nero dodges the attacks. Grandpa thinks, his eyes have changed. He anticipates movements and dodges them. His strength has increased. Nero's combat attitude has changed. He's no longer dodging attacks hastily. Instead, he's targeting each enemy strike precisely. Grandpa sends more spinners, similar to Nero's. Nero picks one up, spins it rapidly, and launches it at the others. His spinner knocks down each spinner one by one. After defeating all spinners, Nero thinks the battle is over, but he soon senses something approaching and feels frightened. To his surprise, it's Grandpa, who has activated his true powers and is ready to fight Nero. Grandpa says, "Now, try to knock me out." We discover that Grandpa is Masan, a demon from the demon world who escaped to the human world. He helps demons adapt to human life. Grandpa instructs Nero to attack him. Nero thinks, strong monsters can grow in size, but what kind of power does Grandpa possess? I must uncover his powers. With determination, Nero unleashes his full strength against Grandpa. Nero flies backward, crashing to the ground with a mix of frustration and determination etched on his face. He quickly recovers, attacking Grandpa with renewed ferocity. Grandpa, unfazed, retaliates with a massive slap, sending Nero crashing down again. "Now you understand I'm invincible with my powers activated," Grandpa declares, his voice dripping with confidence. Nero, seething with anger and pain, clutches Grandpa's hands, but Grandpa breaks free, choking Nero with an air of superiority. With a surge of adrenaline, Nero summons his full power, pushing Grandpa back. Grandpa's eyes narrow, his shirt tearing as he vows, "This time, I won't spare you." The two engage in a fierce battle, exchanging blows. Grandpa is impressed, thinking, "He's dodging all my attacks and countering in no time. This child is a force to be reckoned with." As they land distant from each other, Grandpa realizes, his strength has increased significantly. He's much stronger now. A hint of surprise and respect creeps into his voice. With a final, mighty punch, Nero knocks Grandpa down, revealing his true form. The ground bears the imprint of Nero's fist, a testament to his growing power. Grandpa's shock is palpable as he thinks, even in combat, this child retained his divine side. He's ready now. A mix of awe and trepidation crosses his face. Scene shifts to next morning. Luna wakes up to a pleasant aroma, her expression softening into a gentle smile as she rises from bed. Luna arrives to find Nero has prepared breakfast. He invites her to eat, and she asks, "Is something special today? You made breakfast?" Nero replies, "I'll make breakfast for you from now on. I was exhausted for the past few days and couldn't cook." Luna concerns, "If you keep going out for walks at night, you'll get tired. You can do what you want, but consider those who worry about you." Nero asks, "Were you worried about me?" Luna blushes, "Not that I'm worried about you, but you going alone is dangerous. I'm concerned because your actions might affect me too." Nero apologizes, "Since my grandma passed away, no one has worried about me. Your concern feels nice." As Nero finishes speaking, roses bloom around Luna, and she asks him to stop talking and leave. Nero and Luna are seen walking together, with Luna saying, "You must come with me, I have some reports to file." Nero wonders, "Did Luna notice the mark on my face when I fought the monster in the gym?" He asks Luna, "How do the leader and members identify who's a superhuman and who's a monster?" Luna replies, "Some monsters resemble humans and use their abilities. When they do, a mark appears on their face." Nero's thoughts reveal concern and curiosity. Luna's response is matter of fact, with a hint of expertise. Nero thinks, "Did Luna not see my mark?" After she explains that monsters have a mark and changed appearance when using abilities. Recalling the leader's warning, "Monsters will come after you, Nero, since you're a superhuman." Nero remembers Grandpa's words. They won't stop until they find what they're seeking. With Sana deceased, Nero realizes, now, they'll all come after me. Nero ponders, what could those demons possibly want from me? What do I have that they need? Suddenly, something clicks. Nero turns to Luna. "Before we proceed, I need to ask you something." Nero says, "Before we head to headquarters, I need to go somewhere. It's urgent." Scene shifts. A young boy, seemingly a bully, orders another child, "Get me cigarettes. If you don't bring them by lunch, you're dead." The child silently walks away, reading English vocabulary. The bully intentionally uses foolish words, leaving his companions stunned. The bully's cohorts arrive, and he boasts, "Should I tell everyone I'm rank number 1? Our target, Ming, is right ahead." Ming, the boy, stops and responds, "Hey, Sane, that kid. At that time, I saw everything with my own eyes. You were kneeling before Nero. If I were in your place, I wouldn't have come to school after that day. But look at you, still doing the same things." Sane yells, "Do you want to die at my hands? Don't you know who I am? The other kids glare at Sane angrily, intimidating him to back off. We see Nero, lost in thought on the bus. I don't have any good memories of school. Nero reflects. Despite lacking good school memories, I'm content. I won't revert to my past. My ordinary life is behind me. As they disembark from the bus, Luna inquires, "Are you certain you want to go to your apartment? It could be perilous, possibly even infested with monsters." Nero spots a nearby shop and asks, "Didn't you used to work here?" Luna responds, "Yes, briefly, but I quit. The only customers were school kids asking for cigarettes." Nero ponders, the leader must compensate her generously. Why would she work part-time here? Was she keeping an eye on me? Did she want to recruit me to her team? Nero unlocks his door, hesitates, and Luna asks, "What's wrong?" He replies, "Old memories resurfaced. Let's go in. I need to find something." Inside, Nero thinks, "I have no idea where to start. They're searching for something Grandpa had, and now they're after me. What kind of key were they talking about?" Meanwhile, Luna notices a photo of Nero's grandmother. Luna gazes at the photo, thinking, "Why do I feel like I know them?" She asks Nero, "Did you find what you came for? It seemed crucial." Nero replies, "Let's leave. I didn't find it." Scene shifts to Lame's hospital room, where his eyes snap open, and he suddenly sits up. A nurse calms him, "Rest, you're not fully recovered." Lame removes his oxygen mask, asking, "Where's my friend Nero?" As the nurse draws blood, the doctor says, "You're." Lame offers, "Let me provide the information you're seeking in exchange for researching my entire body." The doctor agrees, "Now that you're recovering well." Young asks, "Where am I? I want to see my friend." The doctor reassures, "Focus on recovery first. Your friend is safe." Young rejoices, knowing his friend is safe. We see Young walking in the lab, observing various things. Young retrieves his blood sample, when C approaches him, asking, "What are you doing here? What are you secretly searching for?" Mesmerized by his looks, C offers, "If the doctors catch you, there'll be trouble. I'll stay with you so you won't be bored." "I'm C, no need for introductions. I think we already know each other." Young holds the blood sample, when a nurse arrives, saying, "You can't be here," and grabs his hand. As the nurse grabs Young's hand, a test tube containing blood falls from his grasp. She scolds C and chases her away. After C leaves, Young asks, "Why am I in the biolab?" The nurse leads him out, warning, "Let's leave for now, we might face trouble." Upon entering, Young suddenly pulls the nurse close, muffled screams follow. Young emerges, wearing the nurse's coat, with blood on the door. Seeing the blood, Young smiles eerily and departs. Meanwhile, at headquarters, breaking news spreads rapidly. News spreads that Aaron was defeated by an ordinary human. "Are you talking about the test that was interrupted?" Someone asks, "Is this because of Aaron?" "I think it's just a rumor." A team member approaches Aaron, asking, "Is it true what I heard? Did you struggle with a recently awakened ordinary human?" Aaron remains silent. The member wonders, "Did she ignore me?" Just then, Nero arrives, prompting the member to exclaim, "The devil's name was mentioned, and he's here. I want to see what's special about him." Nero's presence commands attention. C asks, "Who is he? He looks handsome." Others stare, whispering, "This is the one from the rumors." The leader asks Nero, "Are you here for the exam?" Nero replies, "I'll take it if you cooperate with me." The leader is perplexed. Nero explains, "I don't plan to stay here forever, but we share a common enemy. We should work together. Do you think this world is as peaceful as it seems? You know how hard we work to maintain this peace." Nero thinks, "When did he sneak up on me?" Nero asserts, "There's no peace in my world." He continues, "Today, your definition of peace is, Senior, I'll teach you a lesson. First, I'll fix your weird face." He asks the leader, "May I teach him a lesson?" The leader replies, "Of course, I want to see your fight." Meanwhile, a doctor enters the room, shocked by the blood and the nurse's dead body. She screams. Hans Young asks Nero, "Are you an expert who doesn't need any weapon?" "I'm powerful. You might need one." Nero responds, "Worry about yourself. My hand will be enough for you." Hans Young grows angry, noticing Nero being admired. "Looks like you already have a fan club," he says. He thinks, This guy's attitude is just like Aaron's. If I defeat him, I'll become the new ES. Han smirks. He recalls how Aaron always defeated him in the past, leaving him unproven. With Aaron now out of the way, this is his last chance. Determined, Han swiftly approaches Nero and whispers in his ear, "What do you think of me now? I'm nothing like you." Han's Young boasts, "I'm the fastest here. No one can match my speed. You can't even see me. How will you catch me?" He rapidly circles, attempting to strike Nero, but Nero effortlessly dodges and counters with a punch, sending Hans crashing to the ground. Leader and Doctor are stunned. Doctor asks, "Did he attack with his eyes closed?" Leader explains, "Human eyes have limits. No matter how strong you are, your visual capacity can't keep up with Han's speed." Nero stands calmly, eyes still closed, leaving everyone bewildered. It seems he was born with this special sense, replacing his vision entirely, the leader observes. Nero is relieved that the blue markings didn't appear on his face this time and that he controlled his powers successfully. Aaron thinks, "He's changed so much since our last encounter." The scene shifts to Young, who witnessed the fight. A staff member approaches him. "Are you new to the medical team? I've never seen you before. What's with the blood on your coat and the life name tag?" Young's expression transforms dramatically. The scene shifts to Sean, who gazes at a small dragon. Its wings suddenly spread, and a strange creature emerges from within, leaving Sean stunned and horrified. He says, "Controlling someone's body and mind is an incredibly terrifying ability. This is the real horror. Everyone must be waiting for darkness to spread across the world." We see Young, who had eliminated the staff, surrounded by an eerie aura, as if his body was possessed. See Hansong, whose condition worsened with just one punch, helping Nero win the match. Luna approaches him, saying, "Why worry about Hansong? Our M1 team will heal him." Aaron laughs, prompting Luna to ask, "Why are you laughing so much?" Aaron replies, "Nero is concerned about his opponent, but who worries about enemies during war?" Luna responds, "This wasn't war, but a fight between two teammates." "This was quite a fight, but you won't understand any of this since you're an emotional person." The leader approaches Nero, saying, "Your match was impressive. I'm sure you have some psychic power within you. With training, you'll become unstoppable." Just then, an emergency alarm sounds, and an announcement is made: an intruder has breached the season. Everyone is shocked, and Nero thinks, "Is it possible that someone has infiltrated?" But that's impossible, given the robust security outside. This must be a monster's doing. Have they followed me here? The leader instructs the comma team to take their positions and orders non-team members to safely evacuate to the secure area. As everyone moves to their positions, Nero offers to fight alongside the leader. However, the leader declines, directing Nero to the safe area instead. Nero insists, "My strength will be useful," but the leader explains, patiently reasoning with him. Then, the enemy approaches. Luna says, "Nero can't go to the safe area since his name isn't registered. I'll accompany him." Siha arrives, saying, "I'll go with Nero." The leader instructs Luna to take her position and orders Siha to escort Nero to the safe area. Siha smiles, reassuring Nero, "Don't worry, I'll take you to the safe area." Meanwhile, others focus on their tasks. An agent discovers a staff member's corpse and reports it. Siha reveals to Nero, "Long ago, monsters easily infiltrated this place. Monsters haven't attacked here in years, but our M1 team will protect us." Nero worries, "Why is this happening? Coincidence? Unlikely. What's behind this?" Young arrives, embracing Nero warmly. "What brings you here?" Young asks, relieved. Nero responds, "I'm just glad you're safe." Siha inquires, "How did you arrive?" Nero asks, "Do you know him?" Siha shares, "We met at the clinic, trapped together." Young teases, "Now I've got two handsome friends." Young becomes serious, "No time for small talk. You heard the announcement. We must leave immediately." Siha reassures, "Don't worry, I've got this. Siha will guide you to safety." The leader witnesses a chilling scene on CCTV, a medical team member attacking staff. As they zoom in, they're shocked to see Young, his eyes cold and detached. They quickly track his location. Meanwhile, Siha leads Nero and Young to a secure area, her expression calm and determined. After fetching water, she leaves them alone. Young asks, his voice trembling, "Are we truly safe here?" Nero wonders, Luna said Young was being treated in a secure area. Why is he here? Nero inquires, concern etched on his face. Were you badly hurt? Are you okay now? Young's eyes cloud over, his voice emotional. Everyone thought I died, but the A1 medical team saved me. His words convey the weight of his ordeal. Nero assures, you're fine, I'll protect you now. Young's friend retorts, will you protect me? Are you worthy? You forgot your actions led to my condition. Nero looks stunned. Siha returns with water. Young thanks her. The scene shifts to the leader, who discovers Young's location. Nero and Siha are also in the safe area. The leader notes, the CCTV footage shows the trio conversing. A team member suggests, I'll send agents immediately. The doctor warns, it's futile since Siha activated safety mode. Outsiders can't enter now. The man protests, will you abandon them? There are patients and civilians inside. The leader responds, weighing the dire situation. The leader instructs, let's focus on observation for now. Siha turns to Nero and says, this is fascinating. She glances at Young, adding, he looks unwell. Siha wonders, why are they both suddenly so calm? Did something happen between them while I was getting water? Did they fight over me? She thinks, which one should I choose? Young matches my ideal type, and his outfit suggests he's intelligent. But why the new clothes? And why the blood stain on his coat? Siha inquires about the blood, and Young responds, a lamp broke, causing the stain. You saw it, didn't you? That's why we got into trouble. Siha is terrified by Young's transformed appearance. His eyes have changed completely. Nero intervenes, gently pushing Young away. Now? Nero asks, what happened to your hand? Upon seeing Ged, Siha understands the situation and activates her weapon, attacking him. However, Young suddenly disappears. The scene shifts to the doctor, who inquires, could this be telepathy? It appears that the monsters controlling the students are the same ones from the school. Another agent is shocked, asking, are you suggesting that monsters are now controlling humans like parasites? The leader responds, we have healed the monster capable of parasitic behavior. The doctor adds, Young was a unique case. Researching him seemed prudent. He could have been valuable in the future. The leader suggests, perhaps Nero can capture him. If we capture him alive, it will be beneficial. The scene returns to Siha, where Young reappears. Siha observes, you seem to possess an extraordinary ability. Nero steps forward, saying, stay back. This person isn't the Young who was my friend. He seems like a monster hiding his identity. Sei responds, I want to fight too. I've been excited for this battle. Young laughs, asking, are you genuinely excited? Should I explain what excitement truly means? He vanishes again, leaving Nero and Sei concerned. Suddenly, Young attacks Sei from behind, prompting Nero to intervene. Young unleashes his powers, attacking him and sending him crashing to the ground. Meanwhile, Nero is questioned. What did you do to Young? Nero's friend intervenes. Nero, can you hear me? I'm confused, my body seems to be moving on its own. Nero is shocked. Young pleads desperately. Nero, please save me, I don't want to die. The monster within Young taunts, can you find me? Sei retaliates, I've found you, and launches an attack. As Young counters Sei's attack, the blow inadvertently strikes Nero, sending him crashing into the wall. The leader observes the fight, noting, it appears they require assistance. The doctor inquires, should we intervene? The doctor cautions, you're going alone, and I've already warned you, the door is locked from the inside. The leader confidently asserts, there's no door in M1 that I can't open. Upon reaching the gate, the leader attempts to unlock it using the master key, but it refuses to budge. A team member suggests, is the door broken? Should we call the facility team? The leader reassures, the door isn't broken, there's an internal barrier, that's why it won't open. Meanwhile, Sei and Nero try to confront Young together. Young taunts Sei, your attack is too reckless, Nero will die because of you. Sei apologizes to Nero, I'm sorry, my attack went astray. Nero warns Sei, don't fall for his tricks, he's manipulating us to fight each other. He hides in his shadow, waiting for us to. He launches a shadow attack. I think he's the same monster I fought at school. It seems Young died then, and this monster took control of his body. That's why I won't let him go. He orders Sei to quickly move to the wall. Nero jumps, smashing all the lights. The nurse alerts the doctor. Doctor, our lights are flickering. The doctor responds, activate the emergency lights immediately. Young, witnessing this, laughs, saying, even without shadows, turning off the lights will leave you blind. Nero ignores him, attempting to calm down. With closed eyes, he thinks, what I see now is irrelevant. Suddenly, he senses a presence before him. Opening his eyes, he's met with the same blue glow. Young taunts, Nero, you promised to protect me, but now you're avoiding me. What's going on? Nero lands a punch. Young thinks, this blue light, he's going down. Before hitting the ground, Nero unleashes another blow. Young is stunned. He hasn't activated his powers, yet he has this blue light. Where did it come from? Nero mercilessly beats him, leaving him battered. Young asks, Nero, do you want to kill me? I'm your friend, aren't I? Enraged, Nero responds, stop misusing my friend's body. His fury intensifies, enveloping him in blue light. Young is shocked, thinking, how did he gain strength so quickly? This kid's power is incredible. Nero encircles him in his blue light, engulfed in explosions. His body disintegrates. Nero reflects, reduced to ashes, yet my friend's soul still hasn't found peace after death. Utilizing his leader's mastery, they enter because the barrier has also been breached. Upon entering, everyone senses the crystal ice. They call out to the canals, but he exits without responding. The scene shifts to the conference hall, where everyone discusses Young. The doctor calms them, explaining, Lee Young was already dead when we arrived at the gym. However, a monster possessed his body and utilized it. We were consumed by doubt, but then a glimmer of hope emerged. This could be a breakthrough for our research. Possessing a human body is an extraordinary ability, one that sparks both fascination and trepidation. When monsters perish, they vanish into nothingness, leaving us with more questions than answers. An officer's curiosity gets the better of him. Can we rank a monster that wields shadows to move with such stealth and cunning highly? The leader's expression turns grave, because it targeted a harmless student, Nero's friend. The monster's sinister intent was clear: exploit Nero's vulnerability and get close. A haunting question lingers: why are they obsessed with Nero? Nero's thoughts are filled with unease. The monster was stalking me, using Young's body. The terror is unbearable. The monster was after me, so it hid in Young's body. If this continues, I'll never be able to trust anyone. Nero approaches Aaron, who asks, why were you so hesitant when killing it? With your skills, you could have finished it in one blow, saving Shay from harm. Nero, filled with grief, says, Young was my friend. Aaron grasps his hand, but he was a monster, determined to destroy us all. Nero jerks his hand away, just as Luna arrives, saying, Aaron, stop your nonsense. Even if he was a monster, he was in Nero's friend's body. You can't understand the pain of killing your own friend with your own hands. Aaron retorts, if you want to play with your friends, go somewhere else. This isn't a place for hesitation before killing. Nero, stung by their words, feels a surge of emotions. Nero begins to leave, but Luna urges him to receive treatment. However, he ignores her. We see regret and anger on Nero's face. Now, we shift to the doctor examining the explosion caused by Nero. The doctor says, this is extremely dark. Perhaps that's why you couldn't see it clearly. The leader asks, but why is there no fire around the explosion? The doctor responds, have you seen a microwave? There's no flame, yet it heats the contents. As pressure builds, the molecules move rapidly, causing an explosion. Everything explodes, and now I understand Rio possesses the cold fire ability, making him a superhuman. But is this a good thing? The scene shifts to Nero, sitting with Grandpa, recounting how monsters exploited Young's body after death. Grandpa thinks, this seems like a parasitic monster's work, but could it be Shadow's doing? Nero shares his frustration. When I kill one, another appears. Will this cycle never end? Will it lead to my demise? What do they gain? Grandpa responds, the time has come. He bows his head before Nero, saying, I show respect, Khan's soldier. As a token of respect, I bow to Khan's son, the rightful heir to the throne. Nero is shocked, his mind racing with questions. The scene shifts to the past, revealing Demon Land's isolation after the war. Crown Prince's soldiers invaded the palace, and I, Ma-san, rushed to protect the king. As Khan's royal guard, I arrived to find the castle ablaze. My comrade informed me, we've lost. The castle is being reduced to ashes. This war was sparked because Khan's youngest brother, Crown Prince, distrusted his brother's marriage to a human. He despised the idea of his nephew being with the woman's son, fueling his resentment. My brother married a human, deceiving and defeating them, and then set the entire castle ablaze. I fled, hoping things would eventually right themselves. Meanwhile, the crown prince imprisoned many soldiers and ultimately killed the king. The scene now shifts to the present. Sana was a guard like us, he explains. She brought you into this world, making you Khan's son. When you first came to me, I thought you were a normal demon child, unaware of your true identity. Nero asks, how did you discover the truth? He replies, I knew because you possess the cold flames, proof that you're the prince. This is a legendary strength that never ends, exclusive to higher-ranking demons and a symbol of the king's successor. Nero asks, but my grandmother never told me anything. He replies, the crown prince has seized the throne and will eliminate any threats. He wants to kill you because you're the rightful heir to the king and plans to steal the key to become the true demon king. You have two possible futures, human or monster. You must survive and fight. The scene shifts to Nero training in the rain, thinking, I must become strong quickly and take responsibility. Next, the queen holds Nero in her arms as the castle burns. The crowd gasps. Look, the human holds Prince in his hands. King Khan is dead, and the community has a new king. Suddenly, the queen, Nero's mother, jumps into the fire. We see Grandpa telling Nero, Sana didn't tell you this because she wanted to protect you. She didn't want the world to know where the real key is. Sana must know, that's why she kept changing her address. Nero is shocked, realizing that the key everyone was searching for is actually him. A soldier urges escape, warning, Calm will slaughter us unless we flee. Grandpa reels at the discovery that Nero's blood holds the dimension's power. Nero asks, what's Calm's motive for stealing the key? Kampa explains, he intends to open the human world's gate, triggering a demon attack on humanity. Nero resolves, I must strengthen myself quickly to protect everyone, as I'm the key. The scene shifts to the monster world, where the gate suddenly shakes. Cam notes, the shaking gate indicates the key has been revealed. A follower inquires, will the gate close after opening? Calm retorts, speak thoughtfully. Borrow, where is Sean? Sean stands atop a mountain, gazing at the sea surrounded by crackling electricity. His focus remains fixed on the deep waters. Atop the majestic mountain, Sean stood victorious, his contagious laughter echoing through the crisp air. A triumphant grin spread across his face as he proclaimed, the key has awakened, a declaration that marked the pivotal moment when the child discovered his true identity. But the journey to this revelation was fraught with danger and sacrifice. We flash back to a fateful night, when the palace was engulfed in a raging inferno. Amidst the chaos, Nero entrusted her precious child to Masana, a desperate act of love and protection. We learn that Nero's mother, Yoon, was the queen, bound to the king by marriage and duty. In a heart-wrenching scene, Sana cradles Nero, her voice laced with concern. What about you, queen? Nero's resolute response leaves no room for debate. I must stay here to distract them. You leave. With a heavy heart, Sana departs, Nero's fate hanging precariously in the balance. As they navigate the treacherous landscape, they find solace in a secluded room. Sana's son, Shan, tenderly holds his sister, Rin, their bond a beacon of hope. But Shan's innocence is tempered with fear. Are you leaving me again, mother? He asks, his voice trembling. Sana's reassurance is swift and gentle. I'll return soon, my child. As Sana's hand gently rested on Shan's head, her voice whispered words of relief. Thank goodness you didn't fall into their hands, Shan. The little boy's eyes sparkled with understanding, his small voice replying, I hid, Mom. Sana's gaze locked onto her son's, her voice urgent and clear. Shan, listen carefully. When I'm gone, take your sister and leave through the outer gate. Don't look back, just keep running. The gravity of the moment weighed heavy in the air. Shan's curiosity got the better of him. Mom, where are you going? Sana's response was laced with a mix of desperation and determination. When you exit, you'll see a road leading into the forest. Follow it to the end, where you'll find a small house. Give the necklace to the man waiting there. As Sana enveloped her son in a tight embrace, Shan's voice trembled. But what about you, Mom? Sana's reassurance came swiftly. I'll follow soon. I promise. With one last glance, she turned to leave. Shan's voice halted her departure. Mom, is the baby in your arms the king's? Sana's eyes shone with confidence. Shan, you'll be an amazing brother. Protect your sister. Shan's eyes welled up with desperation as he heard his mother's words. Mom, take me with you, he pleaded, rushing towards her, but fate had other plans. Shan stumbled and fell, losing his grip on the necklace, which slipped from his hands and landed distant. As he struggled to his feet, Shan frantically searched for his mother, but she was nowhere to be seen. His sister's wails pierced the air, and with a heavy heart, Shan scooped her up and fled into the forest. The path led them to the very house his mother had instructed him to find, but what awaited them was a gruesome sight. Blood splattered everywhere. Shan froze, paralyzed by horror. Regaining consciousness after what felt like an eternity, Shan's cries echoed through the desolate landscape as he called out for his mother. This haunting flashback lingered in Shan's mind, fueling his rage. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning illuminated the dark sky, and the ocean's waves surged with increased ferocity. Meanwhile, in a distant command center, a soldier briefed Com, "We've been unable to locate Shan anywhere. He must have escaped." Knowing the gravity of his mistakes, Com's voice thundered with rage. "Assemble our strongest forces immediately. We need to fill the gap with soldiers to prevent the gate from closing. Whatever it takes, we must keep that gate open." The soldier's concern was palpable. "But, sir, this is extremely perilous. Your life could be at risk." Com's anger turned ferocious. "I've given you an order. Soldier, carry it out without question." The soldier's thoughts betrayed his unease. Not a single day passes without King Com's fury unleashing chaos. This endless war is all because of Shan, his trusted right-hand man. I've despised him since his arrival. As the soldier's thoughts lingered, the scene shifted to a nearby location, where another soldier stood watch. As Shan arrived with his sister, he declared, "I want to join the army too." The surrounding soldiers burst into laughter, mocking his ambition. Undeterred, Shan shouted defiantly, "One day, I'll become stronger and defeat all of you." The soldiers' amusement turned to cruelty. They kicked him mercilessly and pressed a sword against his throat. Just then, the head soldier intervened, demanding, "What's happening here?" Shan stood tall, his voice unwavering, "I want to fight alongside the king." The head soldier's gaze narrowed. "You want to fight for Com?" Shan's determination intensified. "Yes, I'll annihilate anyone who dares oppose Com." The head soldier's expression turned skeptical. "How will you prove your loyalty?" Shan's silence spoke volumes. With an air of intimidation, the head soldier growled, "To become one of Com's soldiers, you may have to sacrifice your life to prove your loyalty. You must give up your most precious possession." The soldier's gaze indirectly shifted to Rin, Shan's sister. The head soldier asked, "Will you prove your loyalty to me?" Shan glanced at his terrified sister. The head soldier departed, leaving Shan to ponder. Later that night, amidst heavy rain, Shan stood before the soldier, determination etched on his face. "I'm ready to become one of Com's soldiers," he declared. Shan's eyes, once burning with anger and pain, now radiated resolve and conviction. The soldier thought to himself, "What will this young boy become?" As Shan plummeted into the rift, the dimensional divide between the human world and demon world seemed to close in around him. His heart racing, he realized he had to escape, but an unseen force grasped his leg. A vine, its tendrils like skeletal fingers, clutched his ankle, slowly crushing his bones. Shan struggled to break free, but the vine's grip only tightened. Panic set in as he thought, "I must think of something to escape, or I'll be trapped forever." Shan's mind flashed back to a moment of tender farewell. He had handed Rin a cherished necklace near a towering tree, his voice filled with urgency. "Wait here for me, Rin, this necklace will keep you safe." Rin's eyes sparkled with concern. "But, Shan, this necklace has always been yours. Why give it to me?" Shan's smile reassured her. "Take it, and wait for me here. I'll return soon." Rin's voice trembled. "Until when, Shan?" Shan's gaze locked onto hers, his resolve unwavering. "Until I defeat the darkness and return to you." Shan's promise echoed through the trees, "I'll return soon," but he never came back, leaving his sister alone and vulnerable. His loyalty to Com had consumed him, driving him to abandon the one person he loved. Yet, Shan's determination fueled his escape from the suffocating vine. "I've sacrificed too much to become Com's soldier," he thought. "I won't be defeated by this." Meanwhile, Nero pondered his crucial role. I'm the key to protecting the door. I must act, and for that, I need an ally. His gaze fell upon a butterfly, its delicate wings stirring a forgotten memory. As Nero entered, Luna's curiosity sparked. Where were you so late? She asked, her eyes narrowing. Nero's casual tone belied his secrets. Just a midnight stroll. Will tomorrow bring another training session? Luna nodded, her expression serious. As the night drew to a close, Luna reminded Nero, get some rest, training starts early tomorrow. Nero's curiosity lingered. Luna, what did you mean by guardian earlier? Luna's enigmatic smile faded as she departed for her quarters. Nero's thoughts swirled with questions. Next morning, at training, Say's eyes sparkled upon seeing Nero. Luna swiftly intervened, her expression stern. Say asked, her voice tinged with curiosity, are you Nero's girlfriend? Luna's response was deliberately vague. Draw your own conclusions. The doctor's timely arrival broke the tension. Say, please report to the treatment room. As Say left, the doctor turned to Luna, her eyes narrowing. Do you consider yourself Nero's guardian? Luna clarified, her tone firm. No, I'm simply ensuring his safety. Dr. Kim reassured Nero. Don't worry, I've got this. She led him to the examination room. As Nero underwent testing, he wondered, how much blood will they draw? His mind wandered to the mysterious demon blood coursing through his veins. Afterward, Dr. Kim presented Nero to leader Rachel, who inquired, is your registration complete? Have you experienced anything unusual? Nero's thoughts remained hidden. Do they know my secret? Dr. Kim reported, Nero exhibits exceptional strength and health, rivaling a normal human. However, his physical abilities surpass those of ordinary children. We must focus on developing these skills. Seeking guidance, Nero visited his wise grandfather. Grandpa, teach me defense techniques to defeat Mosh effortlessly. Grandpa smiled knowingly. You plan to defeat Mosh? I expected as much. Your determination is admirable. Nero, Masan declared. I am Masan, formerly King Khan's royal guard. I will reunite all of King Khan's soldiers who have entered this realm. He paused, his eyes locked on Nero. When you're ready, we'll stand by you on the battlefield and guide you in King Khan's footsteps. I vow to ensure King Khan's son succeeds him as king. Meanwhile, Sean emerged from the river, entering the human world. Nero, wait for me, he called out. In the demon world, soldiers arrived at a deserted village. A soldier reported. The villagers fled, believing death inevitable. Why stay? The leader inquired. Where did they go? The soldier replied. It appears they escaped into the jungle. Look at their footprints, he exclaimed. The rumors must be true. The butterfly group, secretly plotting against the royal family, has acquired mysterious powers. The head soldier barked orders. Capture those who fled immediately. We can't let them regroup. Meanwhile, in the human world, a group stood by the riverbank when a majestic blue butterfly emerged from the water. The onlookers gasped in shock. Before anyone could react, someone swiftly caught and killed the butterfly. Sean then turned to his companion and said, Thank goodness you arrived safely. The journey is perilous, he warned, but I'll follow you, no matter what. As they ventured further, Sean inquired about the mysterious butterfly trailing them. It seems to be surveilling us. Should we eliminate it? Someone asked. Sean cautioned, it might hold clues to the key. Track it for now. Meanwhile, Luna's distress grew as an unknown stalker pursued her. She navigated through crowded streets, desperate to shake off her pursuer. Nero, observing from a passing bus, pondered her situation. Nero wondered, where is she headed? Her home is elsewhere, isn't it? As he turned back, the monster's pungent smell filled the air. He swiftly disembarked from the bus. Meanwhile, Luna attacked the suspicious figure standing nearby. The figure transformed into a snake, revealing its true form. You're a monster, Luna exclaimed. Why were you following me? The monster sneered. You should know. Luna's memories stirred, but before she could react, the monster attacked. Seizing her, the monster growled. I've heard following the blue butterfly group leads to the key. Tell me, where is it? Suddenly, a vibrant red aura enveloped Luna. Markings identical to Nero's appeared on her face. Her nine tails form emerged. The fox transformed into a majestic creature, ready to defend itself. The monster sneered. You refuse to speak. so I'll take drastic measures. With a swift motion, the monster attacked Luna. However, she dodged each assault with agility. Utilizing the crimson thread, Luna sealed the monster's mouth shut, rendering it speechless. The monster thought to itself, she wields the crimson thread? Impossible, she's just a low-level monster. If I spare her life, she'll become a formidable threat. I must eliminate her immediately. Luna prepared to unleash her thread-based attack, but the monster swiftly melted them, rendering her defenseless. The monster's jaws widened, ready to devour her. Luna instinctively grabbed its mouth, but the monster's venomous saliva seeped onto her skin, causing excruciating burns. Just as all hope seemed lost, Nero's voice echoed through the air. He had tracked Luna to this location. I'll explain later, Luna said, her voice laced with urgency. Nero charged forward, delivering a powerful kick that sent the monster stumbling backward. The monster's eyes narrowed, its mind racing with a single thought, who dares to challenge me? Luna shouted, stop him, but Masha vanished into the darkness, leaving her collapsing onto the ground, unconscious. The venom from the monster's attack spread rapidly through her hand. Nero rushed to her side, cradling her in his arms as he hastened back to his home. After administering first aid, he asked anxiously, are you all right? Should I take you to the hospital? I'm fine, Luna whispered, her voice barely audible. Nero's gaze narrowed. You know what I am, don't you? How long have you known? Luna's eyes locked onto his, her voice laced with a mix of fear and determination. Since I saw you taking medicine, you knew my secret, yet you didn't expose me. Nero's expression darkened, his anger simmering beneath the surface. Luna said, I was waiting for you to wake up. Besides, you wouldn't have believed me even if I had told you the truth. Nero's eyes narrowed. You knew how many demons were after me? If you had warned me earlier, I could have escaped them. How can I trust you now? Luna's voice took on a determined tone. Trust me, I'm on your side. Your mother was one of us, part of our group. Nero's eyes widened in shock at the mention of his mother. Luna continued, our leader has been waging war against the demons for a long time. Leader, Luna revealed, one's mission is to protect humans from demons. To achieve this, we sent agents to infiltrate the demon world and gather crucial information about demon kin. However, one of our agents, Yan, was captured. Luna continued, ironically, she later became King Khan's wife and your mother, the Queen. The Queen's existence served as proof that humans and demons can coexist peacefully, Luna explained. Yet, some individuals viewed her as a threat to their interests. Your birth, with both human and demon blood, amplified the Queen's significance, Luna concluded, her eyes locked onto Nero's. As threats mounted, Queen, also a skilled agent, handled them with ease. However, she remained vigilant, knowing powerful foes could strike at any moment. To safeguard Prince and demonkind, she formed an elite army, dubbed Butterfly. I'm part of this group, Luna revealed, her eyes locking onto Nero's. Nero's thoughts raced. The butterfly presence around Luna makes sense now. They must communicate through her. Luna handed him a stack of photos. These M1 CCTV images are part of my extensive security intel gathering. I've been monitoring potential threats for a long time. I've been secretly gathering intel, Luna said, handing Nero a stolen security photo. Nero examined the image, noticing the leader's destination. There must be a secret door, Luna suggested. Maybe Queen's data is stored there. Let's investigate, Nero said. But we won't be able to open the door, Luna warned. Nero smiled confidently. I think I'm the key we need. The scene shifted to the snake monster, reporting to Sean. That unexpected arrival forced me to flee, exposing our agent and key, the monster said. Sean reassured, don't worry, I'll find the key quickly. C hastily drew something and fled. Luna and Nero burst into laughter at her playful antics. Nero observed, C seemed reluctant to come here, yet she's remarkably cheerful. Luna smiled knowingly. Our destinies were sealed at birth. Anyone with superpowers inevitably ends up here. With that, Luna and Nero ventured to the area concealing the secret door. Nero utilized his powers to unlock it. Nero utilized his powers to unlock the gate, revealing an assortment of enigmatic objects that left Luna and him perplexed. Luna whispered, I knew M1 was ancient, harboring many secrets. Meanwhile, Shin arrived at Nero's residence. Nero discovered a cryptic photo and his mother, Yance, confidential file. Concurrently, Shin stumbled upon Sana's. Shin gazed at Sana's photo, his anger and resentment palpable. He omitted the word mother, uttering only Sana. Nero reviewed files when footsteps echoed. Luna and Nero exchanged anxious glances. Leader entered, scrutinizing a file. Unbeknownst to him, Luna and Nero hid above, frozen in silence. After a tense wait, Nero whispered, "I think he's gone." Luna nodded, motionless. Nero stood close to Luna, making her blush. "Your hair's blowing," Nero observed. "Must be wind coming from behind. This path leads somewhere." Leader sensed someone's presence but couldn't understand who. Nero and Luna followed the path to a spot overlooking a lab. Aaron instructed, "I've increased the input. Do you feel dizzy?" Aaron responded affirmatively. Luna whispered, "What's Aaron doing here?" Nero replied, "It seems we've uncovered something we shouldn't know about." Aaron administered an injection, saying, "Inform me immediately if you experience unusual bodily sensations." Aaron nodded. "At home?" Nero asked Luna. "What was that?" "Aaron seems to be hiding something. If she's ill, she'd be in medical, not a secret lab." Luna expressed her long-held suspicions. "She works excessively, even during training." Nero wondered, is A1 exploiting her? Shin viciously tears Nero's photo, his anger palpable. A security guard intervenes. "You can't trespass. You seem homeless, but how can someone so tall be normal?" Later, the guard lies defeated, and Shin escapes. In the dream world, monsters are fed into a gap to maintain its openness. A monster cautions, "If we continue this, all will perish." A chained monster breaks free, unleashing chaos. Its head is severed, and the culprit is revealed to be Calm. Calm advances, inquiring, "How many survivors remain?" "The soldier count isn't increasing, sir," a soldier reported. "We're doing our best, but the Blue Butterfly gang keeps stealing our soldiers," another soldier explained. Calm's anger flared, his grip tightening around the soldier's neck. "How many times have I warned you? Never mention that gang's name again." Barrow apologized profusely as Calm released him. "Feed more soldiers into the gap now, we can't let it close." Barrow nodded, thinking desperately, "If the gap closes, he'll kill me. Time is running out." The scene shifts to two figures, their conversation hushed and urgent. They discussed whispers of Masan's survival, a rumor spreading through the Devian world. Was the king's son truly back? Just then, the child's lighter flared to life. As he looked up, Shin stood before them, his eyes piercing. "Do you truly believe the rumors?" The pair fled in terror, the girl scaling the wall as the boy took the lower route. Shin unleashed a wave of magical flames. "You have time, but I don't. I won't waste it on you." As the fire spread, the boy's hand burned, and he collapsed with a cry. Shin loomed over him, his voice low and menacing. "Though I walk among humans, you failed to recognize me. I am Shinan, the legend." The boy's eyes widened in awe and fear. "Is this the Shinan of legend?" Shen, Calm's ruthless right-hand man, stood before his captive. "Escape is impossible. I must attack." The captive lunged, but Shen countered, sending him crashing to the ground. "Where is the king's son?" Shen demanded. With each desperate denial, Shen's flames seared his face. The girl launched a surprise attack from above, confident in her precision. Shen swiftly countered, scaling the wall to find bloodstains, but the girl had vanished. The scene shifts to dawn, where Shin's assault had created a massive, smoldering crater. Police cordoned off the area, restricting entry. A faint voice echoed from the crater. As the officer approached, a colossal monster emerged. "Restricted area breached," he urgently radioed. A colossal monster emerged, unleashing carnage on civilians. More monstrous creatures followed, pouring out of the crater like a deadly tide. Meanwhile, the A1 team mobilized, gearing up to confront the chaos. C's eyes shone with anticipation. Nero's brow furrowed. "This is unprecedented. Monsters aren't hiding. Something catastrophic is brewing." Luna questioned, "Where are you headed? This isn't our mission." Nero's jaw set. "I don't care. It's my duty." The monsters feasted on human terror, reveling in chaos. The M1 team arrived, and Aaron's gaze pierced the mayhem. With an eerie calm, Aaron leaped from the aircraft, followed by her teammates. The battle raged, Team members clashing with monsters in a desperate fight for survival. Arian ordered the backup team to deploy. As the squad struggled to hold their ground against the relentless machines, the enemy's formidable arsenal and overpowering strength made them nearly unbeatable. Arian fought valiantly, her thoughts racing. Their attacks are overwhelming. If this continues, our barrier will shatter. I must maintain distance, or risk exhaustion. As she stumbled, a monstrous creature closed in. Nero burst into the fray, striking the beast with precision. Arian's eyes widened in shock. "Are you okay?" Nero asked, concern etched on his face. Earlier, the team had landed to confront the monstrous horde. Hazang dispatched a smaller foe with ease, quipping, "You were hardly a challenge." Just then, a behemoth monster assaulted him. Undaunted, Hazang stood firm. "Fighting these machines This is tedious," Seed said. "Having defeated the monsters with ease, I've already taken down 2, securing my top spot." Just then, another monster emerged, which Seed swiftly dispatched with a single finger. "My apologies, I meant to finish them all simultaneously." The scene cuts to the mission briefing, revealing the agents' code numbers: C2, Hansung 1, and Aaron 1. The information officer reported, "Agents 2 and 3 are performing admirably, but we've lost contact with number 1. Locate their position immediately." Aaron was queried, "Can you handle the 5 monsters approaching you?" "Effortlessly," Aaron replied, activating her powers and soaring into the air. With a single, decisive attack, she annihilated the monsters. "Mission accomplished," the officer announced. "Relief teams are en route. Fall back and regroup." Aaron gazed into the crater, lost in thought. These monsters, what's their true purpose? Aaron's unease grew. Are they attacking without a strategy? There must be a larger scheme at play. C called out from behind, "Hurry, Hansung won't wait." Hansung added, "We're running out of time." Aaron steeled herself. "Whatever the plan, our objective remains, eliminate Mozhan." As she joined C and Hansung, a colossal monster burst from the crater, stunning them. "I've never seen anything like this," C and Hansung exclaimed in unison. The monster charged at Aaron. The scene shifted to a vibrant market, teeming with life. Grandpa's phone blared an earthquake alert, ordering an immediate city evacuation. Amidst the chaos, he fretted, "Why do disasters always strike at the worst times?" Rushing into his room, Grandpa wondered if someone had been there. His gaze fell upon the injured girl, Shen's earlier victim. "Who did this to you?" Grandpa asked, concern etched on his face. "Shen has arrived," she whispered, "seeking King's son." Grandpa's eyes widened in shock. Has Shen truly come? Is he acting alone now? Unbelievable. With her final breath, the girl asked, "Is that boy truly King's son?" Grandpa nodded solemnly. "Yes, King's eldest. He's our future king," Grandpa said, his voice filled with emotion. The girl's face relaxed, a serene smile on her lips, as she took her final breath. The scene shifted to Nero, victorious over the monster with a single, decisive blow. "You're remarkably strong," she said, beaming with admiration. Hansung interjected, his tone laced with jealousy. "It's nothing, the monster was already spent." Meanwhile, Luna approached Aaron, offering assistance, but Aaron declined. "You've always been stubborn," Luna said, shaking her head. Aaron ignored her and departed. Luna suggested, "We should leave. The situation here is under control." Nero countered, his eyes narrowing. "This is only the beginning. The real battle hasn't started." Grandpa's thoughts turned to Shen, the king's trusted advisor. With Shen here, the city will be unstoppable. But what's unfolding in the dark world? The horrors of the past are unfolding again, and I fear it's not just a coincidence. If history repeats itself, the consequences will be catastrophic. Flames will engulf the city, and screams will pierce the air. The thought of witnessing such chaos again is unbearable. Just as I dreaded, Shen arrived, his eyes gleaming with malice. "Excellent," he sneered. "You've gathered all my targets in one place. Now, I can eliminate them in a single stroke." Grandpa bellowed, "Attack!" and the group surrounded Shen. But Shen unleashed a blazing red light, engulfing his assailants. As the flames subsided, he began systematically slaughtering the survivors. One figure, however, stood unscathed, Masan, the erstwhile Khan commander. Shen's gaze locked onto him, his voice dripping with surprise. "You, Masan, the Khan's once loyal commander. What twist of fate brings you here? You've been trapped here, Shin sneered, attacking Masan. Masan parried. We got separated and ended up here, but we'll reunite with General soon. Shin's eyes narrowed. You seem to have a key. Where is it? Masan thought. He's pushing me back with his force. No one's ever overpowered me like this. He dodged Shin's attack and hid behind a boulder. His allies arrived, blocking Shin's pursuit. We must leave. Now, they urged. Masan hesitated, but his companions insisted. You must escape. Shin severed the boulder, expecting Masan to be behind it. However, Masan was gone. His allies informed him, he's safe, but we can't hold Shin off for long. You'll never have what you desire, Shin's victim declared, but his words were cut short by a deadly strike. Enraged, Shin bellowed, Masan! The scene shifted to Shin sauntering through the crowd, attracting wary gazes. Onlookers whispered among themselves, who is this? Is that a real sword? Is this some movie shoot? Shin's disdain grew. These people are repulsive. I won't endure their ignorance. With a swift swing of his sword, he struck down an approaching student, cleaving them in two. No need to search, Shin sneered, his laughter chilling. They'll flock to me. Meanwhile, Masan hastened to his allies. Urgent concern etched on his face. We must flee. Shin has lost all reason. Masan's concern for his allies grew as he realized Shin's true intent, to kill Nero. Is Shin butchering everyone in the market? He wondered. Innocent civilians are being dragged into this senseless war. Masan steeled himself, remembering his mission. I must protect the king. After countless lives lost, I won't let him fall now. As he approached the market, the wails of children and elders filled the air. Shin had unleashed a bloodbath, leaving destruction in his wake. Masan's heart ached. These innocent people, slaughtered by one man's cruelty, the same cruelty that ravaged my childhood. A child's desperate cries for help pierced the chaos. Shin lifted the car, exposing the trembling child. Masan intervened just as Shin's sword descended. You're late, Masan, Shin taunted. How can you slaughter innocents? Masan demanded, outrage etched on his face. Shin sneered, collateral damage. You're next. With unwavering resolve, Masan's fury boils over. What makes you think you're above accountability? How many more lives will you claim? With a fierce battle cry, Masan charges at Shan, who retaliates with a chilling warning. Anyone who stands against me will meet one fate, death. Meanwhile, Luna urgently whispers to Nero, the Blue Butterfly Gang is being stalked. Details are scarce, but it appears they're planning to annihilate Khan's entire army. Nero's eyes widened as he realized, someone's here to eliminate them all. As Aaron listened intently, the leader's urgent voice cut through the tension. A horrific incident has occurred just 4 kilometers away. CCTV footage indicates a code red situation is imminent. Nero's face paled as he watched the footage. Hung Song's voice was laced with awe. These monsters are on a completely different level. Sihe's eyes narrowed, and this human-like monster is exceptionally powerful. Nero sprang into action, his concern for Masan's safety overwhelming. Sihe grasped his arm, her voice firm. Where are you going, Nero? If you leave, the operation will fail. If I'm in danger, who will save me? Luna asks, her eyes locked on Nero. I'll come with you, Luna responds, joining Nero. Nero's urgency intensifies. Masan's life hangs in the balance. We must rescue him now. He's more than a friend, family. Luna nods sympathetically. I understand, but to A1, Masan is just a monster, one of many lurking in the shadows of the human world. With newfound resolve, Luna grasps Nero's arm, hastening their departure to reach Masan before A1. Meanwhile, Shan closes in on Masan, sword raised. Masan stands firm, unfazed. Your attacks are futile. Your sword cannot harm me. Shan's face twists in rage. Enough, he snarls, his voice dripping with malice. It's time to end this. As flames engulf us on all sides, I notice Masan's hand lies severed. Masan grimaces. The sword's fire didn't melt. It cut through my hands. This damage is irreparable. This warrior wields fire, making him my most formidable adversary. Shan sneers. Next time, your legs will be mine. Masan reflects inwardly. I finally understand, fire no longer holds fear for me. Unleash your full strength, he exclaims, striking the ground with a powerful punch. No need to be arrogant, kid. Slitting my throat won't guarantee your victory. I've run out of options. With another punch, a fierce gust surges toward Shan, who swiftly raises his sword to deflect the attack. Shan ponders, is this his desperate last stand? Can he truly conjure such force from afar? This resonates with a taikuan's might. Shan cautiously approaches Masan, who patiently awaits his opponent's proximity. As Shan draws near, Masan unleashes a ferocious assault, sending shockwaves through the ground. Shan's eyes widened as a mysterious entity emerged from the depths. He unleashed a wave of flames, closing in on Masan. You're more cunning than I thought, Shan sneered, sword in hand. The traitor's loyalty makes sense now. The game is over. Reveal the key's location, and I'll grant you a swift death. Masan grasped Shan's sword, his gaze unwavering. What have you gained from slaughtering innocents? What drives your ambition? Shan's expression twisted. Are you willing to sacrifice everything for that old mouse? Masan pressed the sword against his neck. I'll die gladly for him. Shan sensed an unusual energy emanating from Masan, his thoughts racing. This can't be Masan. This aura is unmistakably different. Shan's eyes widened. Who's draining my strength? This can't be. He spun around, only to face Nero's sudden attack. Nero struck Shan with unrelenting force, sending him crashing to the ground. Masan's thoughts flashed back to King Khan's promise, if you're ever unable to defend yourself, I'll protect you. As Masan gazed at Nero, he felt an eerie sense of familiarity. King Khan, are you watching over me? Your presence feels so real, just as it once was. Our true king will rise again. Luna rushed to Masan's side, concern etched on her face. Masan, are you alright? Humans will arrive soon. Let me escort you to safety. As Masan's mouth gushed blood, Luna's eyes widened in horror. Shan sneered, his voice dripping with malice. So, your Queenie's precious offspring? Nero's thoughts raced. This one's unlike any monster I've battled. I sense an extraordinary power within him. Shan took a deliberate step forward, his tone dripping with arrogance. I've spent an eternity in hell, forging my strength for this moment. Shan sneered, you think you can kill me? I'll dismember your body. Nero stood firm. Try me, then, come and see. As Shan charged, red threads suddenly bound him, leaving both combatants stunned. Luna intervened. Leave him to me, I'll handle this. Nero warned. Stay back, Luna, this monster is treacherous. Luna reassured. I know, but Iman's arrival is imminent. We must relocate Masan to a safe haven before they do. Trust me. Nero nodded and departed, saying, I'll return soon. Contain this monster for now, thank you. Luna positions herself, declaring, I'll await your return. Shan's expression falters as memories of his sister flood his mind, haunting him like a relentless nightmare. He gazes at Luna, whispering, Lin. Luna's eyes narrow. What did you say? How do you know my name? Shan's silence sparks Luna's curiosity. Unleashing a flurry of attacks, Luna pins Shan to the ground, grasping his throat. Reveal how you know my name. Shan's faint whisper ignites Luna's ire. Lin. Don't address me by that name, Luna warns, her voice trembling. I am Luna. Shan declared resolutely, as King Khan's protector, I must strengthen myself. They stripped me of everything. Now, I seek vengeance. He glared at Luna. You, Lena, my little sister, should have perished then. Flames suddenly erupted around them, engulfing the area. Meanwhile, the A1 team arrived, met with an inferno and dense smoke. Eren cautioned, everyone, exercise caution. I sense an ominous energy unlike anything before. One misstep, and we risk annihilation. Hensong challenged, why assume leadership? Eren explained, this energy feels treacherous. We must proceed with utmost care. Nero carried Masan to a secure location, reassuring him, just a little longer. I'll protect you. First, let me heal your wounds, then I'll take you to safety. Masan replied, you're exhausted. Nero, let's rest here for a while. The A1 team will arrive soon. Let me go now. Lift your head, Nero. Masan began to fade away, leaving Nero in tears, pleading. Masan's voice trembled. I can't bear the thought of losing anyone else. Witnessing my loved ones' deaths is too much to endure. Nero's eyes widened in understanding. Don't worry, Masan reassured. Their souls will remain with you until their physical bodies return to Earth. They'll always be by your side, guiding you. Masan's expression turned resolute. Take responsibility. Nero, lead the charge. The royal guard must depart, and the upcoming battle is yours to fight. With a warm smile, Masan said, "Meeting you brought me joy. Our encounter was fate. Farewell, Nero." Masan vanished, leaving Nero overcome with emotion, tears streaming down his face. Meanwhile, Shan's grip tightened around Luna's neck, his eyes blazing with intensity. Shan scoffed, "Lena, you've consistently hindered my progress. You miraculously survived once, and now you're protecting that half-demon." Lena shot back, "You're a coward. Why didn't you kill me in the jungle that day? Why did you spare my life?" With a swift kick, she created distance between them. "If you truly wanted me dead, you wouldn't have given me the necklace. The blue butterfly saved me, not your mercy." Her eyes narrowed. "Why did you give me the necklace? What was your motive that day?" Shan's expression turned introspective. "The path I chose led to anguish and pain. It was a road paved with thorns, yielding only suffering." Shan confessed, "That path is hell, engulfed in flames. I chose solitude to spare others pain." "Lena, please step aside. I won't hurt you again." Nero arrived, his anger and power palpable. His demon aura emerged, fueled by rage. "Masan's dead," Nero growled. "You'll pay for his life. You'll die by my hands." Shan's laughter echoed, laced with madness. "Nero, this is your true self." The two enemies clashed, their blows evenly matched. Nero unleashed icy fury, encasing Shan in frozen prison, but Shan countered with blazing inferno, shattering the ice. Nero swiftly retaliated, fueled by vengeance. Nero delivers a swift kick, sending Shan crashing down. Luna watches in awe. Is this Nero's true power? Luna wonders. He's overpowering the strongest warrior. She senses an extraordinary energy emanating from Nero, even from a distance. Nero's power surpasses Shan's, she observes. However, Luna notes a concern. Shan wields the king's power, countering Nero's abilities with ease. Shan leverages his skills to match Nero blow for blow. If this continues, it may spell danger for Nero. Eren thought, "I must help her." Memories of Shan's words flooded her mind, stirring emotions. "I must fight alongside the king," Eren explained. Shan reflected, "Nero, you share my pain. You lost your parents and your beloved. Vengeance fuels you, just as it does me. Why must we suffer such tormented lives?" Shan asked. "Our existence is cursed, a relentless struggle. If we persist, regret will consume us. You'll lose everything, feeling only anger, just as I have." Shan struck Nero, sending him flying. "Become stronger, faster," Shan urged. Luna intervened, reviving Nero. "This path will destroy you," she warned. Luna cautioned, "This will be perilous, even if our plan fails. Vigilance is crucial. Defeat here means everything will be lost." Nero reassured, "Don't worry, I'll manage alone." Luna countered, her words laced with urgency. "Your tactic, no matter how powerful, is futile if Shan can counter it." And he remains standing, unfazed. "This proves you can't defeat him solo," Luna emphasized. "One misstep, and Shan will claim your life." Nero inquired, "What course of action should I take?" Luna advised, "We need a collaborative strategy to defeat Shan." Luna instructed Nero, "We must strike together. One decisive blow from both of us will ensure victory." Nero nodded confidently, "I'm ready." Meanwhile, 3M1 members rushed inward, sensing an eerie atmosphere. Eren was stunned to see Nero, her eyes wide with shock. Shan gazed at Luna, his thoughts tainted with malice. "Must I take her life?" Luna unleashed her fox fire attack, enveloping Shan in darkness. Nero seized the opportunity, striking Shan's chest with a swift Chidori-like blow. Shan sneered, "You're half demon, yet king's blood courses through your veins. Your slender hands hold immense power." Shan absorbed Nero's energy and opened the gate. Luna intervened, but Shan countered with a crushing attack. Nero's body radiated an enormous power surge, soaring into the sky. In the demon world, demons watched as the gate swung open. "The time has come," they chorused. Shan obtained the key, and the monsters advanced toward the gate. Calm shouted, "Those insignificant humans have erased our existence. Now, it's our turn to seek revenge. Our Dark King will conquer their world." Calm declared, "Let's annihilate all humans." The demons surged toward the gate. In the human world, emergency alerts blared, and agents assembled. Aaron gazed up, astonished, as a hole formed in the sky. She spotted Nero escaping with Luna atop a building. This can't be happening, Aaron thought. Monsters can't escape the gate and invade the human world. Destruction reigned as monsters eliminated humans one by one, ravaging the entire world. The army and soldiers were powerless. The leader received a call. Warning, the VIPs are extremely concerned. I'm aware, the leader replied. I'll try to contain this. If I succeed, you'll grant me full command. The leader ended the call and dialed another number. We can't negotiate with these monsters now. But we've prepared for this for years, the respondent objected. The leader studied Nero's file. From now on, follow my instructions exactly. The scene shifted to Luna, lying on her bed, while an agent watched her home. Nero, worried, pondered his next move. Nero examined Luna's wounds, alarmed by their depth. Even a monster wouldn't survive such injuries, he thought. He noticed the shattered window and rushed to Luna's room. Inside, Aaron harnessed her powers. Nero intervened, halting her. Stay back, Aaron warned, attacking him. What were you doing to Luna? Nero asked. Firm. Next time, I won't hold back. Aaron explained. I was checking something. This defies explanation. No human could survive such wounds. If anyone else had these injuries, they'd be dead, Aaron emphasized. Luna is a monster, Aaron declared. Nero gently covered Luna with a blanket. Luna is Luna, our ally in battle, he countered. Aaron's anger flared, and she attacked Nero. Aaron launched a fierce attack. Monsters are our sworn enemies. Nero intervened, transforming into his dark form. Aaron recoiled, intimidated. I too possess demon blood, Nero revealed. Countless monsters and humans have sought to destroy me. I know whose side I'm on. Aaron hesitated, studying Nero's expression. We share a common goal, Aaron realized, eliminating the demon sons to restore our world. Why not unite against them? Join forces, Aaron proposed. I'll trust you or Luna. Nero departed, assuring, I'll return soon, wait for me. The scene shifted to Hensong, tirelessly searching for C. Hensong worried, she's lost again. A monster suddenly attacked, but he swiftly dodged and sliced it in two. As he called out for C, the monster reassembled and struck. Hensong realized, I always let my guard down, that's why I get beaten. C arrived, killing the monster. That's my 35th hunt, she said. Hensong exclaimed, where were you? I was frantic with worry. C replied, her voice tinged with sadness. Your face doesn't exactly fill me with excitement. A new monster interrupted, and they fought together. Meanwhile, Aaron navigated towards C, but numerous monsters blocked her path. Aaron's power surged, allowing her to defeat most monsters, but one severed her hand. Nero arrived, battling the remaining monsters. Enraged, he demanded, where's Sean? Aaron trembled, thinking, how did this environment change so suddenly? She replied, I don't know where Sean is, he must be hiding. As Aaron's severed hand throbbed, she prioritized treatment, but ash emerged, signaling her transformation. The scene shifted to Sean, contemplative atop a building. Thinking of Luna, Snake approached, saying, you seem to enjoy humans' demise. The king will reward you greatly after the war. You'll be rewarded for finding the key, he said, his voice dripping with malice. The messenger, that girl with the red thread, should realize her fate is sealed, but if she falls into my hands... Shan's anger flared, interrupting him. What do you plan to do to her? The man's smile twisted. I'll tear her apart, piece by piece, and make her feel every ounce of pain. Shan's rage boiled over. He grasped the man's throat, his grip tightening. You'll know pain too. You'll beg for mercy. With a swift motion, Shan ended the man's life, shocked by his own brutality. The scene shifted to Aaron, lying in the lab, undergoing treatment. Her thoughts swirled. Yesterday's injuries have healed incredibly fast. It's unnatural. I'm human, after all. Doctor, you've recovered remarkably fast, but don't assume you're strong yet. It's a positive sign, nonetheless. Aaron's anger flared. She seized the injection from the doctor's hand, demanding, what's this? What are you injecting into me? Doctor, just a painkiller, I assure you. Aaron injected the doctor, who cried out in fear. Why are you doing this? It's harmless. Aaron pressed, Then why the panic? Doctor, let me explain. This step cell is derived from powerful monsters' DNA. It enhances senses, strength, and reasoning, mimicking animal abilities. Humans would become invincible if they possessed these traits. Aaron's fury intensified. Have you been experimenting on me? Doctor, no. I only sought to strengthen you. Aaron's anger boiled over. Stop lying to me. You've transformed me into a monster. The doctor ushered Aaron into a restricted area, cautioning, this zone is off limits. As the door swung open, Aaron beheld rows of enclosures housing numerous monsters, shockingly alive. The doctor explained, our leader seeks to create a superior human race, surpassing monsters in strength. Success would grant us dominion over this world. Aaron realized capturing these monsters alive was an impressive feat, yet the doctor admitted, our resources remain limited. Unleashing her powers, Aaron's fury intensified. The doctor cowered. What are you doing? Aaron retorted, you've deceived me for far too long, exploiting me. Aaron criticized, you're conducting this pointless experiment for power, unleashing monsters by destroying those facilities. The doctor, enraged, exclaimed, are you insane, Aaron? How could you sabotage my life's work? I've toiled tirelessly to collect these specimens. As monsters surrounded her, Aaron abandoned the doctor, walking away in indifference. The creatures dragged the doctor inside and sealed the gate. The scene shifted to Luna, who found Aaron sitting before her when she opened her eyes. Apparently, she was truthful about the DNA. Aaron said, remain still, or your wounds will reopen. Luna thought, did I faint during Sean and Nero's battle? But what became of them? And what does Aaron mean by DNA treatment? She asked Aaron, what do you plan to do with me? Will you torture me? Aaron replied, I'm striving to heal you, yet you speak to me with hostility. Luna asked incredulously, how can I trust you? Aaron replied, I'm following Nero's instructions. He's the only one capable of resolving this situation. Nero will help us until you're safe. The scene shifted to the Kusuman members, who had defeated the monsters and were returning. However, their relief was short-lived, as a colossal monster emerged, sending them fleeing in terror. Nero, observing from afar, swiftly intervened, defeating the monster. He reflected, those important to me are oblivious to the monster's threats, which can claim their lives effortlessly. I struggle to comprehend their motivations, for I am the root of this chaos. My existence has sparked this catastrophe. I'll use this power to eliminate everyone, Nero declared. I hope the outcome unfolds as planned. The scene shifted to King Calm, who demanded updates from Barrow. I've received no news since the gate opened. What's the delay? Barrow hesitated before speaking. Rumors suggest a human group, our sworn enemy, possesses the king's blood and is eradicating monsters in their world. We know nothing about their appearance or powers. King Calm's anger boiled over. How dare you mention that king and his son before me? Have you forgotten my authority and wrath? Continue speaking out of turn, and you'll face Yama, the Lord of Death. He dispatched his adversary and turned to his remaining soldiers, his anger palpable. Are you all intimidated by Khan's son? He demanded. Remember, your lives hang in the balance, and I hold the reins. The scene shifted to the lab, where carnage reigned. Blood splattered every surface. The leader's expression darkened. I never expected Aaron to betray us, he muttered. Is any agent available? Are we on the brink of defeat? Just then, the leader received disturbing news. Nero was the agent responsible. Meanwhile, Nero found himself ensnared by a monstrous creature. With lightning-fast reflexes, he unleashed his powers, employing cold breath to break free. Si and Hensong had eradicated the monster, their skills honed. We must leave now, Hensong urged. I won't linger here any longer. Si smiled, interpreting his words. You're acknowledging my strength, she said. Hensong's response was nonchalant. Draw your own conclusions. Si conversed with Hensong when they spotted the same monster they had seen on the monitor approaching. She swiftly attacked, ordering Hensong to stay back. However, Sean effortlessly defeated her with a single punch. Enraged, Hensong assaulted Sean, who countered with a sudden attack from behind. Si struggled to stand, determined to rescue Hensong. She found Sean holding him captive, brutally beating him. Sean demanded that Hensong summon Nero. Despite his worsening condition, Hensong urged Si to flee. Defiant, she continued fighting. Sean severed Si's hand from her body, and she vowed, Nero will surely kill you, Undeterred, C fought on with one hand. Shan struck her stomach, and she collapsed. C's eyes closed, and she collapsed to the ground. The scene shifted to another agent, who ordered his partner to flee while he confronted a gargantuan monster. The monster delivered a crushing blow, knocking him down with a single punch. As he struggled to get up, he saw Nero approaching, eerily resembling the monster. Why is this citizen walking into danger? The agent wondered. Nero approached the monster and demanded to know Shan's whereabouts. When the monster refused to answer, Nero unleashed a fierce attack, extracting a radiant blue light from its body. The agent's eyes widened as memories of a haunting rumor resurfaced. As foretold, a leader will emerge to end the war, wielding absolute power. Leader Nero scrutinizes the report, his thoughts racing. We're out of options. The situation is careening out of control. We must safeguard this for the future, it's crucial. Nero's DNA is the prized asset. With it, the leader boards a helicopter, convinced this will give us the upper hand against both humans and monsters. Without warning, a monster assaults the helicopter. Shan observes from a distance, surveying the destruction. My hatred intensifies daily, consuming me, cursing all. War yields no victors. Shan's voice lowers. Breaching the gate will demand enormous energy. Nero's response: yes, immense energy was required. Shan's eyes blaze as he transforms into his true form. I'll unleash my remaining strength to defeat you, he declares. Nero steps forward, resolute. This power has cost me dearly. It's time to unleash its full force. As Nero's energy surges, Shan's voice drips with awe. He sealed the space, blocking escape. His cold bridge slices through all, like a deadly scythe. I'll be encased in ice, alive. Shan's laughter sends shivers. You've chosen your demise wisely. Today, I end your game. With a snarl, Shan unleashes a crushing blow, igniting a blinding flash. Nero blocks Shan's punch with precision, following up with a powerful blow that sends Shan stumbling backward. This one's grown stronger than before, Shan admits, impressed. With a swift kick, Nero sends Shan crashing to the ground. He reflects. Despite the open gate, his body still harbors immense energy, the king's legitimate heir, yet so vulnerable and emotional. Nero unleashes a fierce onslaught, closing in on Shan. Shan retaliates, slicing Nero's hand and drawing blood. Enraged, Nero counterattacks with ferocity, sending Shan flying across the battlefield. As Shan approaches, smiling menacingly, Nero examines his wounded hand, blood streaming from the gash. Shan sneers, your power will devour you. Nero, you're indistinguishable from a demon. Do you feel pain, or are you as invulnerable as the king? Unchecked, your strength will consume you, just as it did your father. Enraged, Nero unleashes a ferocious assault, silencing Shan. Across the battlefield, Luna watches with growing unease, her concern for Nero's safety deepening. Luna's concerned expression halted Aaron's progress. You're not fully healed, Aaron warned. Undeterred, Luna pressed on. Nero's fighting. I must go to him. Aaron's gaze locked onto Luna's. You play a crucial role in this battle. That's why you're so eager. As Aaron channeled her healing energy, she urged, take my strength, end this war. Meanwhile, Nero assaulted Shan relentlessly, stunning him. Shan retaliated with malice. This is your end. His attack severed Nero's limbs, crippling him. Nero's vision faded as he coughed, eyes closing. Suddenly, he stood outside his doorstep, as if transported home. I'm back, he whispered, opening the gate. A sense of peace enveloped him as he gazed upon his familiar household. Darkness surrounded Nero as he called out for his grandmother, stepping forward. Memories of his grandmother, young, Ma-san, and the tragic events overwhelmed him. A gentle voice interrupted his thoughts. Are you the true king's power? Nero's eyes brimmed with sorrow. I failed to protect them, young Ma-san, grandmother. They're gone, yet I continue fighting. For what? The mysterious power touched him, offering solace. Young king, acknowledge your pain, anger, and sorrow. Embrace these emotions. Nero closed his eyes, and when he opened them, his true power had awakened. Luna's urgent voice cut through the air. Nero, hurry! Nero's gaze cleared, and clarity dawned on him. He knew whom to protect and why he fought. Shan witnessed Nero's miraculous recovery and augmented power. Is this the king's true strength? Nero's transformation left Shan stunned. A monster charged, and Nero countered with lightning speed. Shan stepped forward, his eyes ablaze. When Sana left me, I died within. Emotions withered, but you revived my soul. This moment is my purpose. Shan thought, his eyes locked on Nero. I'm overjoyed. In you, I see myself, the same burning anger and pain. Nero retorted, you'll never safeguard what you hold dear, just as I failed. The blue light enveloped them, shrouding everything in darkness. Luna strained to see through the haze. Shan's severed hands lay at his feet, his gaze fixed intently on the gate. As darkness envelopes me, I ponder, is this the king's true power? Was my mother, Sana, safeguarding this strength? The centuries-old hatred between monsters and humans fuels an endless war. Shan's voice cut through the darkness. Nero, choose, human or monster. Nero's tone was indifferent. What difference does it make? Shan's smile gleamed in the fading light. I've lost this fight. With those words, he vanished. Luna, forgive me, Shan whispered, his voice lingering before silence. Luna's tears streamed down her face as Nero reassured her. The battle's far from over. I feel the king's power coursing through me. He'll attempt to reopen the gate. For now, this war is won. Luna, stand by me. Luna's face radiated hope, always. Together, they departed, leaving the gate sealed forever. 3 months later, a mysterious figure surfaced, muttering, humanity ends here. Unaware of his true identity, his sinister intentions sent a chill. Had he come to reopen the gate, unleashing monsters upon the world? And that's the finale. This manhwa journey has come to an end. Finally over. I know, it's hard to believe, but yes, that's it. Our first manhwa journey has come to an end. Thanks for joining me on this epic manhwa adventure. Until next time. But don't worry, there's more to come. If you enjoyed this series, drop a like and subscribe for more. Next manhwa adventure coming soon. Stay tuned, and let's get this community growing.